With the 13th pick, the Miami Dolphins select.
It's time. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the round one edition of FTSN's Pro Football Draft live coverage show, sponsored by Caneswear. I'm Bobby Finstock, joined by my tag team partners, Josh Wingate and Coach Vogel, who've been working with me all offseason long, covering the NFL draft, and we are finally here. It's like Christmas morning. Fellas, how we doing?
Doing well. Did you just make that last night?
I did make that last night. Yes, sir.
That is one hell of a job. I got to give you an applause for that. That was legit.
Thank you. I try.
The man of many talents.
Yeah, that was impressive.
Thank you, guys.
I'm impressed.
Well, you know how much my wife's in the comments. Bobby works all year round for this. You know, I said this to Josh Wingate last night. You know, I do a lot of shows and I have fun doing a lot of shows. But I'll say this right here is my favorite to do. Is this draft show and to build for the draft, watching film, shooting the shit with you guys on Sundays, talking throughout the week on different guys that we're watching. It's just a lot of fun. Right now, it's official. The Tennessee Titans are on the clock. So we will wait and see how that plays out. I think we all have an idea of where that's going to go as the draft begins. And I'm going to do my best to make these graphics work. If they don't, you'll see them disappear. It'll just be us. We do have some other appearances today from FTSN. Alex Atia, who's usually my East 10th Street boy co-host. He'll be joining us. We usually do the show at 9 o'clock Eastern. He'll join us at 9 o'clock. To pair up on the show. Dave Stager will join us soon. We have FinStanza in the back on the ready, just in case he's hopping a little early, but he's expected tonight. We got Doll of Dolphins Diaries, got Miss Fins showing up. Steve Malloy's in the comments. Steve will join us on Saturday. He will take over for me when my 2 days of covering this. I'll be covering the third day too, but he'll say, hey, Bobby, go take a break because Steve's awesome.
Go tag out.
Yes, Fish Tank Hank may make an appearance here tonight as well, just to react to Miami's pick when they make the best pick ever. What is that? That's not what I need to see on my timeline. Cahoots? Oh, whoa, no. What is that from? Anyway.
I'm so curious right now.
But I just talked about Dave Stager. Stager takes me. He goes, no spoiling until we know, but we think. Oh, it's Shador saying, you're troll. But hey, you know what? Miss Fins again coming here later on. I haven't seen her. We haven't seen each other in a while. I'm so happy she will be joining us after Miami's pick to give her. She's been putting in the work as well on her channel. If you guys haven't yet, which I know you probably did, because if you didn't, you're crazy. But if you haven't yet, go hop on to Miss Fins, hit that subscribe button, and come right back to us to catch up on this draft. Dave Stager, oh man, he just let me respond to him. He said his kid just broke his screen. That poor guy has no luck. Broke his laptop, screen is cracked, black in half. But Hunter's joining us. Manello in the house, great to see you. Anthony, please put your comments in the comment here. We got a full house tonight, Anthony. No links right now. Maybe on Saturday as we get people's opinions on Miami's picks. So just look forward to that. But for those who are watching, first off, the FTSN Pro Football Draft live coverage show. This is from today, tomorrow, and Saturday. We'll be on throughout each round. And for those who are tuning in, like Manello, Miss Fins, Hunter, those who are watching, everyone in there, if you in the comments there, you're interacting with us. You're watching the draft on TV. You're reacting to every pick with us. You're reacting to the Dolphins pick, the Cowboys. If you're Josh Wingate, no matter who you're watching, you're sticking around with us because guess what? You have an opportunity to get a Caneswear gift card every day. For one person who's watching, we'll pick one winner to win a Caneswear gift card. If you're a Dolphins fan, Heat, Panthers, Marlins, Inter Miami, you could go to Caneswear, 2655 South University Drive in Davie, Florida. They got everything and anything. They're awesome. They sent this up from yesterday. They sent this yesterday. I got it today. That's how fast they work. I was like, so they're like, yeah, absolutely. So I got a shirt there, and that's pretty cool. You get a $25 gift card. If you stick through the draft with us, stay in the comments, reacting to every pick, or, as close to the end as we could get. Once we're at the 30 pick, the 32nd pick, we will make a decision on who gets that first $25 gift card tonight. Don't worry, if you didn't get it, join us again tomorrow. You have another opportunity to get another $25 gift card. One of you, maybe not the same winner, someone else. You got to be fair. Spread the wealth. And then Saturday, someone else will get a $25 gift card. So, anyway, we are now waiting. We know the pick is in. I don't know why the Titans are taking their time, but this is why the draft is so damn long every day. But let me just start this off. Josh, Titans are on the clock. Where do you think they're going?
This is a tough one here. I just don't know. We haven't been talking about it for the entire offseason here. It's got to be Cam Ward, right? I'm excited to see if it's actually true. Do you remember the Reggie Bush draft? I feel like years ago, right?
Yep.
Everyone thought Reggie Bush was going to go, and then Mario Williams just snuck in and signed that contract. Was it the day before the draft he signed the contract?
Yeah.
And the world just went on fire at that point. I would love to see something like that happen. I don't think you're going to see it happen, but it'd be fun. Maybe like an Abdul Carter sneaks in here and gets the pick. But if you watched pre-game or pre-draft, Cam Ward talking to the media, like he's going to the Titans.
Coach, any surprises here? You think that the pick is in?
No, I think if the Titans had any type of quarterback, I think it would be up in the air. But they need their next Steve McNair, and I feel like Cam's the guy.
Here's my question. I've compared Cam Ward to a player that was on the Titans before. Can't think of his name. He's named Malik Willis. He's very similar, plays very similar to Malik Willis. I've said this draft class is very similar to the Willis draft. He's a player that can run, throw off platform. He can make some boneheaded moves sometimes, but overall, you're impressed with his arm strength and what he can do off platform and outside the pocket and all of that. Very similar to Malik Willis. So Green Bay, surprisingly, the draft is in Green Bay, has Malik Willis. Do you think they're now seeing what happened with Malik Willis once he moved on? And now they see a player similar in Cam Ward who might be a little bit more polished. And they're like, oh, we kind of like seller's remorse here. And like, let's get that back. What do we think? Bobby's deep in thought. He's
sorry, no, I'm just following up on this here with my phone here, seeing what
You're good.
Stager's writing, but forgive me, guys. So there you go. Right there. The pick is in. Cam Ward is the pick. Shocking? No.
I want to know at what pick do things start to go? When does the draft really start?
I've been told after pick 3, the draft really starts.
Patriots. I think it's the Patriots pick.
You don't think the Patriots go Will Campbell?
I think they do, right? That's been my prediction. I know FinStanza, who's in the back, he's been his prediction, or it might be Jeanty, just because of Vrabel and his past experience with Derrick Henry.
Oh, yeah, see, that I didn't even consider.
Yeah, so that's where I know FinStanza. Thank you. Yes,
Ooh.
FinStanza, give me a thumbs up. You see?
Did we not just see that?
Whoa!
We got a trade.
Breaking
We got a
news.
trade.
We got a trade. The Jacksonville Jaguars have traded up to second overall pick.
Is this for? This can't be for Abdul Carter. This has to be for Travis Hunter.
This has to be for Travis Hunter.
Yeah,
Has to be. There's no
Yeah.
spoiler.
What did Cleveland just get for that?
Wow.
now do they go? Yeah, that's a good question. But now with Cleveland moving back, do they possibly go quarterback?
That's
so
what I'm
this
thinking.
was
We're gonna
crazy.
go Hunter.
Here's what's crazy. This one has been the longest that no trade had been done
Yeah.
for a while, because usually these
Yeah.
are done way before.
Uh-huh.
Does
This happens right now. Wow.
that answered our question? The draft starts here.
Now it
That's
starts.
it. Now that's where it is. Oh, no one in New
It
England.
comes out of my
This
mouth.
is it.
You guys are like, whoa,
This is
trade.
That's great.
Awesome.
is awesome.
Jacksonville.
It's
God, I
gotta
love
be-
the draft.
It's not a quarterback.
Ain't no way.
Jacksonville's got to be
question.
going Hunter.
Question. Could this be a tackle? Could this be Will Campbell? Because if we think that New England wants to get Will Campbell, if Jacksonville needs a tackle.
Oh, here we go. 5th overall pick, 2nd round pick, 4th round pick, and next year's 1st round pick.
Ooh, that's
Wow.
a steal
that is
for
a
Cleveland.
lot.
That's a good pickup. I would trade away too. But they swap 4th round picks.
Yeah. They pick up
and-
next year's
oh,
1st.
I thought that said a second. Okay.
Russ
Yeah,
thinks
I'm doing
Gent-
that all day. No,
I
no
don't
way
think
for
so.
Jeanty.
I think they could have had Jeanty where they were sitting.
Yeah, they
Unless
could've
New
waited.
England, but I don't think New
But
England is really
again,
going to
you-
take Jeanty. Running back at 2.
That'd be nuts.
If they take a running back, and I'm delayed behind all of you
Russ
because
doesn't
I'm
like
streaming
this.
it.
Diana Rossini saying the Denver Broncos are aggressive, trying to move into the top 10.
Yeah.
We might be seeing a lot of movement here. We just
Is
did.
that because who else did they wanted? The wide receiver or Jeanty? I think they really have their eye on Jeanty, but I don't know. I think if he fell to like 8 or 9, that they would
Could
consider
be-
trading up. This might be too rich for their blood right now.
So here we
Come
go,
on,
man.
Jacksonville.
Wow.
You don't need to take all the time. There's somebody on
You
the
know
board.
why you traded up. Don't
Yeah.
play games.
Yeah.
Has to be either Abdul Carter or Travis Hunter. Has to be, right?
Does it? I mean, I think Hunter could be the pick, but
We're just waiting here. So just
I think-
clarification for those who didn't hear. So the Browns have received the 5th overall pick, the 36th overall pick, which is the 2nd round, the 126th overall pick, which is the 4th round, and next year's 1st rounder from the Jaguars, who get the 2nd overall pick and a 104 and the 200th. So my goodness.
it's either Hunter or Will Carter. Or Campbell. Will Campbell or
You think it's
Travis
the
Hunter.
tackle. You think it could be the tackle.
I'm just saying it's either Travis Hunter or Will Campbell.
Okay.
I just don't see, unless it's Abdul Carter. Like, I feel like you're jumping. I don't think the Giants wanted to move out. I think Giants were happy sitting, staying, and picking.
I believe it's
So I think they're trying to get ahead of New England.
Well, I mean, yeah.
So then they called Cleveland. Cleveland mentioned, "Hey, we're willing." They announced it earlier today. We're willing to move out for the right haul.
This is going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Pick is in. Who's it going to be?
Wow.
And we haven't done this yet. On our last show, we said we made our guesses on what the pick was going to be for Miami. Do we want to make those guesses again, or?
Well, we just have to keep going. I just want to say, because I know Evan has been talking about this, but I know Evan's hearing, but I know if he's seen this part. I just want to say this because for Dolphin fans who are watching right now, because there is some news that's leaking there from Armando Sargaro in regards of what's going on with Jalen Ramsey and why he's being moved. We know that it's been reported. We thought, okay, is he asking for a pay cut? Did they ask for a pay cut? No. Did he get a restructure? No. Is he asking for a trade? No. Basically, this was a mutual decision to break apart. Why? Because it's not an issue with Chris Greer. He respects Chris Greer. He likes the organization. Coach McDaniel, he has an issue with Coach McDaniel. McDaniel has an issue with him, and that's why that's going to be breaking apart. Tony Pauline, who I know Josh Wingate will say, can't always rely on his stuff. But Tony Pauline, I will say, says now Mike McDaniel has reportedly rubbed a lot of veteran players on the Miami Dolphins the wrong way. Following his early success, and many veterans, including those who have already left, would rather play elsewhere than Miami. I know that's FinStanza's been on that for a while. I'm sure, he feels validated. We will see as we keep going what that means for Miami as we await Jacksonville's pick. The Jacksonville Jaguars have traded up to number 2. And we wait to see what that is, who that is.
So, and just to clarify why I think Tony Pauline don't trust everything he says is because he hears a whisper from somebody and then he goes ahead and just tells everybody in the world. He doesn't follow up on that whisper. So a lot of things that he hears could be true.
Here we go.
He just says it all.
Here we go.
Yeah.
There it is.
I'm going to see how far back I am from you guys. Because I'm still waiting for him to get to the podium.
Oh, he's doing a lot of talking.
Is that Armstead?
Pick is in. The pick is in. See how fast I could do this, Josh.
Yeah, it's no fun. It's not fun.
No. It's okay. It's okay. If I start to stall out, you guys just keep talking and wait for me to. Because you remember yesterday what it was doing to me. I was like, God.
Goodell is stalled out.
Okay.
What?
Goodell's stalling out. Apparently, somebody else is going to announce the pick.
Armstead. That's what I was asking. Is that Armstead?
Oh, Eric Armstead.
Oh, Eric Armstead. Okay. So we await the pick. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, the Jaguars have traded up. What? I'm going to try, Josh. I'm like, God.
Duval.
Let's go. The pick is in. Sorry, that was pretty bad.
All right, they're going to make the first round
got
longer
almost
than
187 people tuning in right now.
My daughter has to get to bed. Come on, NFL draft.
Hurry up. This is what they do. They drag it out. It's like, hey, man, we got 4 hours of TV time. We need to go.
Yeah, that people are going to tune in at all times.
There it is. I love that sound. Oh. Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
Off the board. Yeah. Travis Hunter going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Wow. There it is. So the Jags trade up for let me tell you something. First of all, tackle makes a lot of sense. But this makes a lot of sense because of, first off, the Jaguars, the Tony Khans and the Shad Khans, they want box office. They want eyes on their team.
Yeah.
This is what's going to bring it. Right. Yeah. Obviously the smart move, right? Josh probably would have been, okay, maybe, go get, even though we don't think maybe there's really an elite tackle. The fact is you want to protect your quarterback. You get your offensive lineman, but you could have waited to pick up 5. Yeah. So you can't wait on a Travis Hunter. So this is the move they make. But in the end, do you think it's worth to make that deal?
I mean, if you believe in him, yeah, he's known as being the best player in this draft. Like, go ahead and get him.
They wanted to get an offensive skill player, is what the rumor was.
I love his energy, though.
I
love his energy.
Yeah.
How did they announce him? I didn't hear.
Look at he's having fun. I will say, Jordan Schultz report on Twitter right now is saying the trades are just getting started. So we've been like, man, there's no trades yet throughout this whole process, and here we go. So
why did Cleveland trade away from him?
Well, who would they be looking at, right? That's a great question.
Yeah.
Who could they?
Do you think it's Shador?
That would make sense, right?
They know the Giants are going to go Carter.
Abdul Carter. They got to go Abdul Carter.
And they said, look, we can get our quarter. And this could be the steal. Like, I don't know if Sanders is going to work out. Take it as you will. But if you believe in him, and then you can move back and still get your quarterback.
Right.
And get a first round pick and a second round pick. And that was going to be your pick all along. You can say no one wins the draft. You're winning the draft at that point.
Well, Daniel Jeremiah said he was the best wide receiver on his board and the best cornerback on the board.
Yeah.
So you got two players in one. So.
Oh, and he's a returner, so he can play all phases of the game.
Yeah.
You're probably going to play him corner as his main. We talked about this. You're probably going to play him at corner. You're probably going to have packages for him at receiver. And then when you need him for big plays in the return game, he's going to play there too. So he's just going to be, the playmaker.
Let's see here.
I do think the Giants go D-line. Or what's his name? Penn State. That's my guess. Anthony could be right. Giants could be targeting Jackson Dart.
Here we go. Pick is in. You know what? Honestly, besides the long talking, this is kind of moving a little faster than last year, I think. For those who are just tuning in, we got 194 people, almost 200 people that are joining us from social media,
right,
from
Giants.
YouTube. Everyone tuning in, we appreciate you guys watching. You're watching the FTSN Live Pro Football Draft coverage show here on FTSN, sponsored by Caneswear with Josh Wingate, Coach Vogel, and myself. We'll have more people joining us shortly. Let's see. I don't think they're drafting Jack Dart. No, it's Sanders, Josh. Yeah, we do not need Abdul Carter in the AFC East. Please, Giants. Do not mess this up.
See, my only issue with Cleveland trading back, and it could just be my belief, but if I'm Cleveland, I'm drafting Abdul Carter, and I'm having two monsters on either side, and I'm just telling you, come at me. I'm having the spoil of riches, and I don't have a quarterback.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to let your quarterback be good either, because I'm just going to dominate them all game long with Abdul Carter.
Yeah.
So
what's up, Scotty? Great. Happy that you are tuning in, my man. Glad that you joined us. And, again, Scotty, do not forget throughout the night, check in, keep it in here in the comments as much as you can. So you have a chance to win that $25 gift card from Caneswear. That's
that's a good point Scotty just made.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Well, Evan had put that in the comments as well, that they're aiming for that 26 pick.
Wow.
Right?
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that.
Nobody's looking at the private chat except for me, Evan. Don't worry. I gave you your flowers. Don't worry. Right back at you. FinStanza's in the back. He's watching the comments here for us.
Good call.
I haven't seen a comment popped up yet.
Scotty
I haven't seen a comment pop up yet, so I'm not supposed to be looking at the comments, but Mr. I'll take care of comments hasn't done a good job just yet.
Scotty's just really good with that, like Browns piling picks for the quarterback next draft.
There it is. There's a comment. All right, you did it. All right, pick is in. The Giants on the clock.
Do you think they went to his son this year and asked him and took his advice actually this year on who they should take?
There it is.
Abdul Carter.
Yeah, right. Abdul Carter off the board. Here we go. And now we got the Patriots. So they could go. I mean, Evan thinks it's Ashton Jeanty. That's what he believes they could go. Just because of again, we brought up the Derrick Henry scenario, but you make the case, Josh, and we talked about Will Campbell possibly being that pick. Do you think they still go that route?
I mean, I was thinking maybe that was a position of need for Jacksonville, that they need to go up and get a tackle, and the only possibility was New England taking a tackle. They need a lot of help, to be honest with you. They really could go anywhere. I could see this being a trade back scenario.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So, I mean, if someone wants to go up and get a quarterback, like, I don't know, New Orleans, they don't know what's going on with their quarterback situation. I know Arizona, wild card, move up and get a new quarterback because I know they're not happy with their current one. So we'll see.
Oh.
And Travis Hunter's saying too. Travis Hunter says that to ESPN that the Jaguars have put when they called him, they put him on the phone with both offense and defensive coordinators.
Oh, that's cool.
So let's see as this goes in here. We'll keep our eyes on this. I appreciate everyone tuning in. Here goes. I hope New England takes Cornerly like they did with Stray. Overreach, please. Overreach. We'll wait on that pick there.
Is the draft happening already?
Yep. Look at all those number 11s.
Wait, hold up. Is this like the NFL?
Yeah.
Huh?
Number 11.
So Evan asked a great question in the private chat, and is Abdul Carter the Giants' next Strahan or
I mean, you can't put that on
Lawrence
a player.
Taylor? I know.
You can't put that on a player.
Evan
That'd
does.
be-
You have to
that'd
get
be-
if 5 weeks into a season, go. They're a bust. They haven't done anything. They're a bust. It's like, hey, let them grow, bro. It's been a season. It hasn't even ended. The season just started. Oh, dude, that'd be hilarious. If Micah Parsons gets traded while they're watching the show.
Yeah, that would.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Pick is in.
New England pick is in.
All right.
So our mock draft was wrong. Jackson Dart didn't go number 2. So might have been different teams, but it played out the way that everyone foresaw the draft, the first 3 picks. What is are we still, where are we feeling for Miami right now?
Well, it's going exactly the way it's supposed to go right now. So I think again, I guess we will know by pick 9 where we're like, okay, now it's starting to, because everybody who's off the board and who's about to come off the board has been pretty obvious,
Yeah.
So I'm not feeling any sort of way like, oh man, it was a pipe dream to think of Travis Hunter. It was a pipe dream to dream about Abdul Carter, So are they really going to commercial? Come on, guys, the pick is in. What are we doing?
Who's the player that you want to see that's currently on the board get to Miami?
Man, I wish I had my pen on me. Who do I want to see get to Miami? Okay, here's the guys I would love to have them, like, if they're available. If they're like, I'm gonna give you 3 guys that I would love to see if they're available, to be in Miami's area. Of course, the guy I've been talking about, Jedi Barron out of Texas, Mason Graham, D tackle, which we know that people are saying, hey, he might fall. It's I pick him or not. If he's in that vicinity, I think you got to consider him. Will Johnson, the injuries things are really starting to scare people. I don't know if that's just that's now getting pushed by teams, so he falls. But man, just the guys we've been talking about, my man. I mean, Jedi Barron, Will Johnson, Graham. I guess that I would love to see that. Those guys on the board. We know Malachi Starks is a guy that's been hovering around Miami now that those reports are starting to come out. That's not a bad move, even though they said that they have 2 safeties. Malachi Starks is not a bad way to go.
Yeah.
What about you, Coach?
I'm going to say Graham. I'm going to change it. I'm going to change a little bit. I'm going to say Graham. I know I said the kid from Texas, last week, but Greg, I do not think Jeanty falls out of the top 10.
Let's see. Where is? I'm trying to mess with our big board here.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was just going to ask you. I wish I had a marker.
What are you streaming on?
Your favorite platform. Tell them. Okay.
Not today, son. Get out of here. No, it's all good.
Trying to peek in there, and I was like, "Go on."
I saw you. I can see you from the big screen on the bottom. I see you full screen, so I can see you kind of go like out of here.
Okay, so the top player on our board right now, Ashton Jeanty.
Yep.
Then we got Mason Graham, Mike Green, Jedi Barron. Ooh,
I don't think Jeanty falls past Chicago. I'd be shocked if he's.
Yeah, I think Chicago. I think again, I don't sleep on Dallas trying to move for him. I really don't. I don't know. I mean, I know we had a Dallas fan who could speak on that. That's just me. He's not going to fall past Dallas if he does fall.
Yeah.
That's how I feel, at least.
I think Dallas likes a lot of players. Sounds good.
Be 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Yep. I think Dallas likes a lot of players in this aspect, like Ashton Jeanty, McMillan could go there.
I see McMillan right now, unless somebody else gets him before then. But that's kind of who I.
Yeah, they kind of are looking at a lot of wide receivers here. Tet. Who's the Texas wide receiver?
I can't think of his name, but he's supposed to be really fast. Kind of worthy. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Is he not on our big board?
He is, but I can't think of his name right now. Someone help me out here. You're gonna make me.
For the chat, who's the receiver from Texas?
Matthew Golden.
There you go. Oh, is it in the private chat?
Did you watch him?
A little bit.
Yeah. He ran what, a 4.29? Will Campbell just went?
Yeah, Will Campbell.
Let's talk. I mean, Will Campbell there. How do you feel about that being in the division?
I mean, they need it, and it doesn't surprise me. I mean, you know me, I'm the O-line guy, so anytime a team picks an offensive lineman, I'm excited about it.
I mean, watching Will Campbell, I don't think he's a left tackle. I think he's more of a guard.
Right.
Obviously, they're going to try him at tackle.
Yep.
If I am Miami, I'm kind of excited because I know I have pass rushers. I know Will Campbell struggles to protect the inside, which is going to be amazing for pass rushers because the quickest way to the quarterback is through the inside.
Yeah.
Look
at that suit.
I think eventually we're going to see Will Campbell maybe 2 years, 3 years from now. He's going to move into guard.
Yep.
But it's not. I think he's got overdrafted, and people aren't going to be happy with the pick.
I'm going to type.
Let's talk. Bobby, did you watch Matthew Golden?
Very little, not enough.
Okay.
Not enough that I could be comfortable with.
But let's just say you throw on the film. Did you see 4.29 speed?
I mean, that's pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either. I saw him running with players, not running away from players. Not many players in the NFL are running 4.29 or close to 4.29 or in college.
Right.
But I didn't really see him run away. I saw him run with. So that track speed doesn't correlate to game speed. And I don't think I didn't see anything special. I saw a good wide receiver, nothing special.
I think, in my opinion, New England should have drafted back, or they should have traded back to get him. I do think that
I don't like that.
We previously said that. I mean, Will Campbell isn't even our top tackle. Kelvin Banks is our top tackle here.
So the Browns are on the clock. The pick is in.
Oh, he's gonna cry. Just kidding.
He looks like Connor Williams.
Let's see here. I'm not going to say nothing to spoil it, but it's a broken heart. What the hell did I grab here? Stupid thing. Hopefully I didn't mess this up.
Will Campbell. Where's Will Campbell on our board? Oh, he's far down that board.
I'm going to have to delete these pages. This is pissing me off. I'll do that later. Sorry. Yeah, you know what's up.
So Campbell was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
The Browns, they knew who they were. If that was who they were targeting, they know damn well what the hell they were doing.
All right, GM Bobby, who you taking?
So Will Campbell is 35 on our board.
35. Wow. Yeah.
Okay. Oops, I'm sorry. I closed that out. My bad, guys.
Is it Shador?
Yeah. Let me put this back up for a minute. So we wait. Shador. Does Shador go to the Browns? Well, supposedly, reportedly, Deion Sanders says he does not want his son going to the Browns. So,
I don't understand the Kenny Pickett trade. He is not good.
Right now, we are with Cleveland, who traded down from 2 to 5. They're on the clock. Do they go quarterback here? Do they go offensive line? Do they go
Walker?
Line? They go who?
Walker.
Oh, well. Let's see. The pick is in. Hopefully they don't take a year to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure. The good thing is I don't have to worry about.
Alex said they can take Sanders and then hire Deion next year.
Who's their running back?
Nick Chubb.
They're both free agents right now, I think.
Who's their running back?
Here we go.
Could Jeanty go here?
Yeah.
It's Mason Graham.
Yeah.
Mason Graham out of Michigan goes to the Cleveland Browns.
There goes my pick for Miami.
I was playing.
Vogel's out of the pool. Out of the pool.
Jump too soon. Cloud these stupid things.
They're building a defensive line there.
Yeah.
They are, dude.
Yeah, I love that kid.
So, yeah, that could be true to where they're building for next year. They now have 2 first-round picks next year. They traded with
Flacco this year.
They traded with Jacksonville. We don't know where that's going to go.
Where are we at now? Who's on the clock?
Las Vegas.
The Raiders. This is the Jeanty watch. This is where you
watch. I was
for
going to say, is this? Do you think Brady wants to go running back here, or do you think he'll try and strengthen the line? Isn't he part owner?
Or does he want the quarterback?
That's true.
Oh, he's running it. Let's be real. He's the one.
Yeah.
You think he's running it?
Yeah. Yeah, he's running. But again, this is the Jeanty watch. I hate to say it, but like I think they're going Jeanty because of it's just It's Vegas, man.
I don't know. Like if you think Tom Brady's running this, when was the last time New England went first round for a running back?
Right.
But who was running the Patriots?
Yeah, but
Right?
that's
I mean,
that's his mindset.
I agree.
It's trenches is normally where they would go. I don't know.
I just think, again, I had thought for a while, and in my own little mock that I do when I was doing my team mock for us on our show, I had Jeanty going to the Raiders, and actually in a trade down scenario, but I had him going to the Raiders because I just think with what they've done, and because I think, hey, it's the Raiders. What is it? Their guy is gone now. They don't have a running back, and this is a marquee name. It's Vegas. So it just screams, it just makes a lot of sense to me. I get what you guys are saying.
Yeah.
But look at that. I erased some pages and now it's not so hard to find what I need.
I'm just saying, like, Brady's there. Al Davis isn't any longer there, so they're not going after the speed guy. They're not getting Matthew Golden here.
If they went Ashton Jeanty, you would say that's an Al Davis pick?
I wouldn't necessarily say it was Al Davis pick, but
Why is it doing that?
I just don't see a running back going this early.
It could. What about McMillan, the wide receiver, to pair along with your stud tight end?
Yeah, I mean, you might have to. Yeah, because who do you have at receiver? It's a good call out.
Who do you have at quarter? Oh, Geno Smith.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers.
That's why. Well,
Trey
but that's
Tucker.
hold on. But that's the other thing. Pete Carroll. Look when he was successful. Look when they won the Super Bowl. Who was their running back? Marshawn Lynch. So, we just talked about Jeanty to the Titans because possibly with the relationship with Derrick Henry of that history, same goes here.
But he didn't draft him. They didn't go out and draft a running back in that aspect. They went and got him in free agency.
Yeah, when it was Buffalo, right?
Well, again, they could have if they wanted to.
Right.
Yeah, but they went out and got their Marshawn Lynch and Raheem Mostert.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, whatever, Josh.
You keep hating on that number, bro. No, I'm just playing.
I'm just.
All right, the pick
They
is
got
in.
Devin White. Could we see like a linebacker here?
How does this happen?
I don't
There he
know.
is, running back.
Jeanty went.
Yep. Wow.
I think that's way
There
too
it is,
early.
Bobby.
That's way too early for Jeanty. I don't think he's this
That's a no.
transcendent prospect. I think he's a good prospect. I don't think he's this generational talent that everyone's talking about. He's got the skills,
Yeah.
but he also on film you watch him, he gets touched, he drops.
Yeah.
He needs to get the head of steam going. I don't know. I don't see the generational talent here for the running back to go 6.
I agree. All right. So the Jets, do we get Warren going to the Jets here? They screwed up last year and didn't go after Brock Bowers.
Yeah, I think Ashton Jeanty is a highlight film prospect. You watch his highlight film, you're like, this guy's generational.
Right.
You watch his film and you say, this is a good running back. But when you look at the draft a couple years ago where Gibbs was in, I don't know if I'm taking Ashton Jeanty over Bijan or Gibbs.
Yeah.
I just felt like they were more like you saw it snap after snap with those players. You saw, and this could be the conversation that you could be having with Barry Sanders because he has a lot of Barry Sanders in him.
Yeah.
As far as like he's super elusive, he could do a lot of different things, but at the same time, he has a lot of tackles for losses and a lot doesn't happen. I'm not going to say that he is Barry Sanders because he's far from Barry Sanders.
Right.
But I think that's what you're hoping out of this is that he could be a Barry Sanders type player.
You figured you'd see Brady in the draft room, but I don't see him.
Yeah, he's not there. He is not going to be there at all. He's got the TV side of this, unless he's.
I'm a little shocked.
Unless he's up there by the TV or by the door.
Celebrating. I told they calling that. I hate it because I wanted him to be in Miami, but it's what it is. Now we got the nasty Jets on the board.
I hear they're going punter.
Yeah, I know. You guys hear me okay? Hello?
It doesn't sound like you're on your mic.
Okay, so yeah, it's something.
Now it does. Now it does.
Okay.
I hear you.
Sorry, guys. All right, because of my headphone, for whatever reason, my wire here got messed up. Okay, so far, Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Will Campbell, Mason Graham, Ashton Jeanty, all off the board.
But you can't do it like that, Bobby. You got to tell them about the trade.
To their respective teams, and now we got
a big trade.
Stinking Jets, diarrhea green Jets.
Let's see.
What trade?
Okay.
The Titans.
Is there a trade? Let's see here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Damn, I should have published my mock.
I think Anthony's onto something. I wouldn't have been surprised at all. I'd heard a lot of people talking about people mocking Warren to the Raiders to have that 2 tight end set.
Yeah. But
doesn't matter now.
What does that do?
I know.
It's great. Chip Kelly's your offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And you're going to be running a 2 tight end set.
I mean,
all I say is I'm somebody who graded Ashton Jeanty real high, and I was hearing what you guys were saying, but I apologize, couldn't respond. I liked his film. He's not. I don't think he's this generational guy, but I do think I thought he was top 10. I mean, he was like what? He was my number 2 guy behind Abdul Carter on the board.
I'm saying put him in the draft with Bijan and Gibbs. Where are you stacking them?
Based off of
take away your NFL knowledge of Bijan and Gibbs. What you knew from them coming out of college, where are you stacking them on your board?
I'd have Bijan number 1, Jeanty 2, Gibbs 3.
I think
that's right.
I think I would have Bijan, Gibbs, Jeanty. And I was big on Gibbs. I was very, very big on Gibbs when he was coming out.
Yeah.
So
you were?
Yeah. Did you say that as a question?
Yeah.
No. I remember you were high on Gibbs last year, or whatever.
Yeah.
Were you?
You said that like Ron Burgundy over here.
Let's see. Where are you? All right, the Jets pick is in, so we're waiting on that to be announced. Let's see. I thought I had it on here. I guess I don't. Either way, it don't matter. Let's see. Russ says he would go Gibbs over both. There you go.
In the draft process, what you knew from them coming out of college. I don't believe you, Russ. I was big on Gibbs.
See?
I don't believe you.
I like Gibbs
you're putting
out.
NFL. You're putting NFL into this equation.
Yeah. So,
what do we think the Jets are going to do?
I know Membou.
Yeah, I would say O-line makes a lot of sense. I know. For instance, Russ likes Tyler Warren, the tight end of Penn State.
Yeah.
I know he's been linked to the Jets. I think O-line makes the most sense here.
Anthony, I don't know, man. I am absolutely terrible with comparisons. So I don't know if,
I don't
if
compare
he
it
said
to-
Ashton reminds him of Arian Foster.
No.
I think he's more.
That's a reach. That's not.
Yeah,
I don't like comparisons, but that's way out there.
But I'm over here comparing him to Barry Sanders. So hey, what do you know?
Yeah. You go with one of the greatest of all time. At least Anthony went low. Not low. I mean, but
How you doing, Daniel? Yeah.
Yep, there it is.
Tight end?
Tackle.
Daniel, what's up, brother?
What tackle did they go?
Membo.
What's your thoughts on
so
Membo?
far, with the exception of the trade, has kind of fallen how I thought it would. Well, yeah, kind of.
Let's talk about the player. What do you think?
I like Membou. I think he's young and raw, but 6'4", 332. I like him.
Should I talk about him? I personally, I was watching him last night. Me and Bobby were talking through everything, watching him. His feet are just so slow.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't like about him.
He looks like he is walking through quicksand every time but then he has the rep. He's got strong hands. He's got a punch on him. I do like that. But I don't know.
I will say, really, and that's why, for me, I know a lot of people are banging the table for offensive line for Miami, and it may go that route. I know, for instance, everybody was going crazy over Gray Zabel today because Steve Reich of NFL Network was like, "Oh, it's a lock. His lock is Miami picking Zabel." Fine, that's great. I don't hate Zabel, but there you go. But to me, there's offensive. It's not a killer offensive line group. You don't have to reach to grab an offensive lineman. You could get one in the second and the third round. And again, Tate Ratledge, Fairchild, Williams, whatever, there's other guys. You don't have to, and which Membou's going to be good. I think Membou's a good player. I think Will Campbell's a good player. I think they're going to be solid players through their careers. I don't think they're going to be game breakers or, franchise makers.
I feel that, and this is an O-line guy saying it, but I feel like Zabel would be a reach at 13.
Oh, for sure. If you want to give me a guard, because Zabel is not a tackle.
Right.
If you want to give me a guard, give me Booker.
Yeah.
Just give me Booker. I'll take him all day because he's got a nastiness to him.
I like Zabel. And again, if it's the pick, it's the pick. But I like Zabel, but not at 13.
The comment I made today
That's available 100%.
Our group chat was he reminds me of the wacky inflatable man that you'll see outside.
You were saying that last night watching.
Yeah, his hands will go. He has no control over his hands. They'll go over the guy's head. They'll go down by his waist. He'll punch him in the chest. You never know where his hands are going to go.
Yeah,
maybe that's probably correctable, but I don't know. I didn't like his film, and coming from a small school, and I don't know if we can say North Dakota State is a small school anymore because of how dominant they are.
They produce talent,
but he didn't wow me with his film. And a lot of times people say when you come from a school like that, you have to walk on water, and he wasn't walking on water for me.
Okay. Here we go.
Why'd you say that, Bobby? Did you get some interesting?
I can't do that. I'm doing.
You can't say it yet.
Yeah, I can't do that. Sorry. But I could. In my head, I'm going. Ooh.
I'm trying to figure out. I love Gibbs. I like Gibbs. But we could talk. We could talk all day. Okay. So Carolina's. So now that we know who's gone, sucking at marking it off. How are we feeling right now with the board and who could be available?
Well, I'm not feeling good. My guy's gone.
Yeah. Well, I don't think your guy was going to be there anyway. Hyde Rose. They went Membou.
They went Membou. Are you updating our top 100?
I have like
Is that what you're doing?
a separate one. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Do we even have Membou on here? Is he that bad? Did the
No, he
Jets
wasn't
just
bad.
take like the worst player in the draft?
No, I just think we got sidetracked here. What the hell?
I'll be better next year because I'm not going to have something messing with my time next year. I mean, there is serious consideration to dropping girls basketball and just focusing on draft stuff.
There you go.
That's how much I want to
man.
be into it. I want to be in Alabama, Mobile next year.
There you go.
That's the goal, man. You know, that's what I want to do.
Ooh,
We got that credential.
Walker.
What happened with
What
Walker?
happened?
Huh? Nothing. I'm guessing who Carolina was going to pick, and somebody had said that they may take Walker earlier today. I was listening to, so that's why I said Walker.
Let's see. Carolina. Man, they need to take a quarterback.
Dolphins fans, it's getting awfully close.
Yeah, right on the corner.
They got Clowney. Yeah, they could go pass rusher here.
Would you play Walker at linebacker or edge?
Stupid thing.
Can he play edge or?
Walker. Yeah, he can play edge. I definitely think he can play edge.
Oh, I hope not.
He's a pass rusher, so you're gonna throw him somewhere that he can rush the passer. I think edge could be that, but maybe move him around. I just.
Oh, there he is, McMillan.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, McMillan's off the board. Goes to the Carolina Panthers. Sorry,
That's a
FinStanza.
big target for that quarterback.
Yeah.
FinStanza's over here throwing his pen across the room.
That's the draft for you. Broken hearts.
I didn't watch much of this guy, and I was kind of telling Bobby this yesterday. But I threw on his tape, and I watched the first play, and I was like, "Oh, this guy is serious. This guy's serious. His big body has run after the catch ability. Like he looks nice.
He looks nice.
Yeah, I mean, just watching his highlight film, it's just like I get why he's 8th overall, and I could get why he went a little bit higher, especially in this year's draft, where we're overdrafting offensive linemen because the value of or the position value.
Yeah.
Like he's like they're saying Drake London, like he very well could be like a Mike Evans-esque type wide receiver. I think he'd need to add some weight to that, but he can get up, get the ball, run after the catch. He's nice. And I love the addition to their already nice wide receiver room.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not downloading. That's crazy.
I don't feel it. What's not downloading?
It doesn't like you tonight.
Yeah, this I was trying to while doing this Tet McMillan pick. Oops, nope, don't want to voice texting somebody here. And now it's not. Here we go. Let me see. Type in search. Sorry, guys.
Bobby's going to get at the end of this, and he's like, "I'm not doing this next year." It's for the birds.
Man, it's annoying me because I'm trying to It was been working, but all of a sudden, stop voice texting. Okay, now we get pissed.
There we go. I like that better.
Okay. All right, never mind. May have to just go on normal here for now. And
New Orleans on the clock. Who do they go?
Tet McMillan. So Dallas is probably hoping for a call right now.
Yeah. Would the Colts move up for the tight end?
Tetairoa.
there you go. We'll just make this the look since this thing is acting up on me. It's all good.
Yeah, there you go. Bail on it. I'm all for that.
I know you are. I know you are. So we are in. So let me get Tate McMillan off the board here. Screw Canva for right now. It's annoying the hell out of me. I'm gonna actually exit it so I don't have to look at it. I'm so sick of Canva. So all right. And I'm very grateful for it. I love it. It's an awesome tool. It's just, my God.
It's not cooperating tonight.
Not tonight. And that's okay. That's okay. We are the tool now. So for those who are just joining us, you're watching FTSN's live draft coverage of the NFL draft. We are about 9 picks in. And there you go. The pick is in for the Saints. And we will leave it as is. We will not.
I don't love this board
until they are announced.
I don't love the players that like. I like Banks. I like Starks. I think Starks is being underdrafted a little bit. I would take him at 13 if I'm Miami easily.
Malachi Starks. Well,
yeah.
You follow Georgia, so you would be able to answer that. God, I've taken like 8 Advil today. My head is pounded. Let me see. And the lights don't help.
Yeah.
Let's see. Hopefully this doesn't. If I start to stall out, I know what it is. I love how Josh is just enjoying every minute of it, laughing. Whatever, Josh.
Hey, I was doing too last year. I was doing the pick is in and that. So let's see. New Orleans Saints.
So far, the draft has played out. Cam Ward from the University of Miami, I think he's the first ever University of Miami first overall pick. I don't think there's ever been another first overall pick from Miami. Goes to the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Travis Hunter, big trade from Jacksonville, trades up to 2, goes to Jacksonville. Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter of Penn State goes to the. You can correct me if I'm wrong in a minute. Abdul Carter goes to the Giants. Will Campbell of LSU goes to the Patriots. Mason Graham goes to the Browns. Ashton Jeanty, the top running back in the draft, goes to the Raiders. My goodness.
Pick is made.
Pick is made, and it's Calvin Banks to the New Orleans Saints. Calvin Banks going to the Saints.
Kelvin.
Off the board. Kelvin. It doesn't matter. He don't play for us. Why am I correct? Don't correct me. It don't matter no more.
I was going to ask that. Their guy, they didn't pick up their 5th-year option on Penning. So essentially, Kelvin Banks could play the guard and then pop out to tackle next year as Penning leaves.
Yeah.
But I think he's the best offensive lineman in this draft.
I thought so too.
He's the only player I would have taken as Miami in the first round.
I'll tell you what, I fell in love with
You're right. You're right, Greg. Vinny Testaverde, my bad. I have a thing with
you're
Testaverde
saying quarterback.
Jets,
you're saying quarterback.
You're right.
Because I was about to say, you guys have Jalen Phillips on your team. Are you?
Yeah, no. What are you talking about?
I thought you said like the only University of Miami player drafted in the first round.
No, the first overall pick. That's what I was
about to say. You have Jalen Phillips on your team.
No, I know that. Ha. Let's see. Oh my. All right. Bears on the clock. Bears made the pick. Okay. All right. Chicago.
Pick is in.
Okay.
Pick is in.
We're getting closer.
Oh.
Man, that
The tackle that I fell in love with is the kid from Arizona.
the Bears are on the pick or on the clock.
The Bears.
What do they need?
Pick is in.
Looks right now, for those who are just
go-
joining us, again, we got
running
220 people watching right now through our social accounts, Facebook, YouTube. Appreciate everyone watching wherever you're watching from. If you're ever anywhere other than YouTube, hop on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, tune in with us. You have a chance to win a Caneswear gift card, a $25 gift card to Caneswear. The Bears pick is in. Here we go. Quick, guys, do you have any predictions? Unless you peeked.
No, I haven't peeked at anything. I'm just trying to see what they need.
Could they go defense end?
They could go O-line. Running back was another
O-line,
option.
Running back and edge rusher.
I don't know.
So we wait now. Calvin Banks off to the Saints.
Dennis Allen, so they run a 4-3.
Ooh, we got two
Mike-
picks in already. The 49ers have already made their pick. Let's stop the talk and just make the pick and move along.
Could it be?
Mike?
Do we think Mike Green could go here, or is that too early for him?
I think that's a little early. I would say that's
Yeah.
early for him. Yeah. And
Every game revealed May 14th.
So
we'll know the schedule then. That's a whole other episode here in FTSN. So we're waiting now for Chicago's pick. Yes, you're right, Greg. Thank you, Greg. Vinny at Testaverde was the number 1 overall pick. Thank you, Alex. Appreciate you, brother. He thinks Alex says it's Tyler Warren. He thinks that's a good answer. Jalen Walker, the linebacker.
I just he's an edge rusher. I don't think he fits the.
Well, you're a Georgia guy, so you could speak on that.
Yeah, they run a 4-3.
Who do you prefer? Do you prefer Jalen Walker or Michael?
I like Michael Williams. I saw him pop more on film.
Yeah, I did.
Well, in the game, but I think they need an edge guy here. Like not an edge guy, but like a true defensive end.
Who are the next ones on the board? I don't have my board in front of me.
I think the next defensive end is Mike Green. But
go find out here in a second.
Are they going to go with like the Parsons type
Pick
linebacker?
Is in.
I just really like their linebacker group. They got TJ Edwards, Tremaine Edmonds.
Yeah.
And the pick is a Michigan kid.
Giving some love from
Grant.
Oh, look at that. Steve McMichael passed away yesterday. Yeah. Condolences out to them. I remember, you know what I remember him as? Not a football player. I knew his history as a football player. WCW, the Four Horsemen, Steve Mongo McMichael, man, on the commentary.
Yeah. With his little chihuahua.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
I thought you were saying they win a Michigan man.
Yeah, I rushed.
It's the 50th anniversary of Walter Payton going 4th overall.
Come on, guys. My gosh.
I mean, when you walk out there with like 7 note cards, you know it's going to be he just keeps flipping it. Flipping.
We would be the worst TV people for the NFL draft.
It's so annoyed.
We just be like, this is the pick. Okay, let's go. Pick.
Oh,
pick.
Alex in here.
We'd have like an hour-long show.
Here we go.
Oh, this is the Bronx
tight
Tale
end.
show, right? Bronx Tale.
Oh
No, this
my
is not the
God.
Bronx
What are
Tale.
we
This is
doing
not
here?
This is the draft. Bro. This is
Wow.
the draft.
What's up, guys? How you doing,
Wow.
man?
How's it
What's up,
going?
brother?
They took him over Tyler Warren.
Colston Loveland off the board.
Colston Loveland.
Oh, the
Fix this.
Colts are happy right now. That's massive.
Huh.
Stupid thing.
Huh.
Huh.
That's my first wow moment. I didn't see him.
Like what's
Hey,
what's wrong
Josh.
Yeah.
Very quick. Can you move us to the middle now that we're not using that thing with this this integrated camera thing that you're doing that you had? That way at least it looks better than just off to the side. You know, Alex, my brother, how are you?
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, buddy. Just catching up
Yeah.
here, watching the draft with my son. He's here next to us watching the. My
Keep the
son is
windows
watching our show.
That's awesome. My son
good.
tried to get into our show and I pushed him away. I was
Oh
like,
yeah,
"This-
same here. Same
This
here.
is
Look,
daddy's time. Get out of
right
here.
here. You see, that's him. That's actually him messaging right there. That's his hand. That's his hand.
Hey,
And we always, since we're always traveling, like for travel basketball and all that, we always get the NBA draft somewhere. We always get the NFL draft somewhere. We're
Yeah.
never home. So this
Right.
this is like the first time in a few years that I'm actually home for
Yeah.
for the first round.
What's wrong with Cole Kmet?
nothing.
Well, they talked about a tight end for this spot, and
Yep.
I don't think it had anything to do with Cole Kmet. I think whoever said it earlier, that whole 2 tight end type of system
Yep.
makes a lot of sense. You know.
Well, and isn't that what he did in Detroit?
Yeah.
He had 2 good tight ends, I thought.
I don't love this pick. This is like my first head scratcher. Like, I mean, you're trying to get a weapon for your young quarterback, Caleb Williams. I get that.
Yeah.
But wouldn't Warren check that box off?
Yeah, but they went Loveland, the other tight
Yeah,
end.
that's why. Yeah.
But like you have Cole Kmet. I'm a big fan of Cole Kmet. It could just be I'm
It could be a little
looking at
biased
this
here.
wrong. Yeah, but like go get a defense. Defense helps the quarterback.
Yeah.
Jeez.
What do the 49ers need?
Yeah, I don't know.
They could use a weapon there. I'm intrigued
Tell
to
you
see
what,
what
though.
Dallas does.
So
Yeah,
far-
Dallas, maybe Matthew Golden. They also like, how do you say his Mbuku? Is that how you
Okay.
say it? The Ohio State receiver.
Yeah.
So let me just read this from Jordan Schultz in regards to the Bears' new tight end, Colston Loveland from Michigan. He won over a lot of front offices through the pre-draft process. A 6'6", 248 tight end with legit speed, broke the Wolverine single-season record with 56 catches. This is a big weapon for Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. It makes sense. I know a lot of teams, from what I was reading when I was doing this whole process, is that a lot of teams liked him over Warren. You know, there was it was a big, and obviously that was the case. He was selected over Warren. We wait now for the 49ers pick. The 49ers pick is in. You can go. Don't matter. So we'll wait on that. And as we're waiting on that, Alex, just have to ask you. Yeah, inside Alex, right? And I mean, it's weird. You don't hear the birds, the pigeons.
yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
the
Trust me, I'm a little weird here. I'm like, there's nothing going on, man.
I just love
Where
how
am
when
I?
he's outside, he just stays at the screen. When he's in the house, he's kind of scared. He's looking behind him, checking his back. make
Yeah.
sure no one's gonna get him.
I
Have you
feel
watched
safer
the
in the
Bronx
woods.
Tale? We gotta ask
No,
you. It's
man, why are you gonna keep asking me? We already
I'm gonna ask you.
discussed this. I thought this was a show that we're gonna watch, Bronx Tale. I know nothing about the draft, man. You told me, "Oh, come on, but we're gonna watch a movie." I'm like, "All right, cool, bro."
he's full of shit.
No,
Yes.
we're gonna do. Of course, it did, man. No, and even if you did say it, there's imaging everywhere. I have a
That's
daily
right.
reminder.
DSG is asking now. Did you watch the Bronx Tale?
No, I have not yet. But I promise you, I will watch it live on one of our shows. Look, one of the East Century boys will do it. We'll have Bronx Tales on, and I'll be commenting about it. It's like a live movie review.
God. Maybe just like what do you call like a one man show, a
Yeah.
solo show. Just have Alex watching the film. You just see Alex's face.
The whole time just reacting.
This movie's fucking boring.
Just
What?
me with myself. There you go, DSG. I watched the show, man. I watched the movie, bro. Watch the movie. Does Dallas shock the world and go Sanders? Or that's just me being a fan?
That's just you being a fan.
Me being a fan? Okay.
But I will say I was watching one of Dallas's 105.3 The Fan. They had like a little segment for the fans. They went out to like a local bar and they had like the whole town hall type situation. And a player came up and he's like, I just foresee it. They're in the war room. Sanders is on the clock, while Dallas is on the clock, and Jerry Jones tells them, "Let's go, Sanders." And Brian Broaddus, who's big in the media now, but used to be a scout in the NFL, scouted for the Cowboys for like 13 years, so he kind of knows what happened. And he's like, "Yeah, that's definitely going to happen." Jerry's going to remind everyone in the room that Sanders is on the board, and everyone else is going to say, "Yeah, but we have these guys ahead of him. We're going that." And he said that's exactly what happened with Zach Martin. He wanted Manziel, but they said we have Zach Martin ahead of him, so we're going to go Zach Martin. So, yeah, I'm hearing that Dallas is putting a lot of focus on Tyler Booker at 12, the offensive guard from Alabama.
Okay, there you go.
Which I like. I like him. I don't know.
Look,
I don't like this draft, to be honest.
Listen, let me just say very quick, for the Dolphins' sake, right, at 13, which is 2 picks away now, 49ers are about to make their pick. But you think of, who we talked about, Jedi Barron, Malachi Starks, Will Johnson, Tyler Warren, those guys still on the board for Miami. Obviously, Gray Zabel, who's been getting some steam earlier today, but let's see.
Man, and Sanders just going to fall. He's going to fall to the Steelers. Like, he's going to be there for the Steelers.
The Miami Dolphins select. What? No,
what? Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's all over.
What?
We'll be on for not just 4 hours. We'll be on, or 5 hours. Forever. We'll be on for 10 hours.
Forever.
24 hours straight.
24 hour. Yeah, I was about to say that.
24-hour show, man.
Huh. I think it's going to be corner for Miami.
The Niners,
I think
the Niners did explore a trade up before making their pick here, but I don't know who they were looking to get. But
they're sticking and picking.
They're sticking and picking.
So Bobby, you watch the most players out of all of us. You're a big Barron fan. You like Will Johnson.
Michael Williams, Georgia.
There you go.
Goes to the 49ers. Michael Williams. What were you asking?
What did you like about both Barron and Johnson? And what do you think who has the better fit for Miami?
Barron.
Oh, Barron. For me, yeah. First off, don't get me wrong. Either one of these guys, healthy all the way around, because that's the huge thing on Johnson is health. Health is scary with him. I mean, I've read the injuries out before, but either one of those guys to Miami is a home run hit for Johnson if he's healthy. Barron, though, fits it like a glove. He could do everything and anything. He could play outside. He could play inside. He could play box. He could play, any position. He does it all. I love his motor. I love his energy. The thing about Johnson, when you watch the film, a lot of times they didn't throw it his way, which they wouldn't, right? But we know he has the size. We know what he did. He won, I think he was the MVP of the national championship game the year before. He's done it all. He's a superstar guy. The problem is the health concerns. But if it's me making that pick and I'm picking between those two guys, I'm going Barron. And, you could double dip later. Zoff Frazier's a guy I like later in the mid rounds. But Jedi Barron is to me is a home run hit. Probably not going to go that route because I said that. But
yeah, I just have a feeling it's going to be secondary. You're looking to move away from Homeboy and yeah.
You say Homeboy?
Yeah.
Can't
think of his name right now. Can't think of his name right now.
Ramsey.
Oh. Yeah, Ramsey. Jalen Ramsey.
Cowboys pick is in, man. The Cowboys pick quick and
telling you. I hope someone held
And
Jerry
I am
back.
closing my phone. I'm not looking at anything because my pick is in, and we do have FinStanza on standby. I'll let him, if he's screaming, I'm not going to put him up on the screen yet. We'll wait it out. Let him diffuse, then get him on the screen.
I think Dallas's pick is either Booker, as I saw the report.
Stated earlier.
But it could be Matthew Golden. I don't know. I think out of that, because I'm a big believer, if you like a player, take him. I'd be the most happy with Booker. Because I like him. I think he's a really good player.
Alex like, great.
Good job, Alex.
Good luck to you, my man.
Yeah. It's going to be a long season. Long season.
And the pick is in for the Dallas Cowboys. And they
boy.
select.
Uh-oh.
There we go.
Boom, boom, boom.
Tyler Booker.
Is it really?
Wow, yeah, it is.
Oh, are you late? Oh, my bad. You're
No,
late.
You're good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're good.
It's your guy, Booker, man. You said it.
I'm good with it. I think he's a good player. You plug him at right guard.
Because
You
didn't they
have an offensive line.
Was it Martin that retired this year?
Zach Martin retired.
Now, listen, Miami's on the clock. I'm not looking at anything. We know who's on the board. We know a lot of the guys we like and discuss. Tyler Warren's a fan favorite. Jedi Barron, Will Johnson, Nick Amenrari, Malachi Starks. Now Gray Zabel. They've talked about all these guys are still Kenneth Grant, Hampton, all on the board still.
Grant. Yeah, Grant.
Now, I will say it was reported earlier that Miami is one of the teams that has looked about possibly trading back.
Yeah.
And trading back and trying to gain some picks. So something to watch. Okay. And I don't want to spoil the pick. I love looking at trades. I'd love to be ahead on a trade.
Off your phone, Bobby. Off your phone.
I'm not looking at my phone.
Everybody off.
I'm not looking at my phone. I'm not.
So let's talk it through. Okay.
Just talk to each other.
I'm not looking at my phone.
Yeah.
Let's talk it through. We're in the war.
Just post the pick, Evan. Just post the pick. We won't watch anything. Turn off your TVs. Turn off everything.
Yeah.
We want to be surprised.
We're in the war room. My daughter walks into it.
Yes.
And I don't know. What are we thinking at this point? Like, we know our needs. We need a cornerback. We're looking at getting rid of Ramsey. I think secondary.
Offensive line, right? If we were talking offensive line, the only two guys that I said would have been okay to pick at this spot would have been Will Campbell or Calvin Banks. You could make a discussion. Everyone else, you can wait. Defensive line, Mason Graham was the only one. Everyone else, you could wait. Everyone else is too close together. Jedi Barron, Will Johnson, those two guys are there. But Johnson has that injury history. For me, again, I'm rolling with Jedi Barron here.
Yeah.
I mean, but again,
do you have the conversation of Sanders? And this is truly like, is that conversation happening?
The only way that conversation is happening, well, again, that probably is a conversation that happened a long time ago already.
Yeah.
That if somehow he felt at his pick, are you going to discuss it? The only way I think this conversation is happening is if a team is willing to trade up for him. Are you calling teams? Or are you, I don't know.
I like Barron, but what happens if we go Warren here? Like, this is one of those surprise
Tyler Warren's it's a good discussion because the same thing as you think the Bears. You have Jonnu Smith, but then you get a Tyler Warren, and then you get a 1-2 punch. It's not a bad.
And he's a
situation.
big target too, right? We keep talking about one big targets down in the red zone to have another.
Yeah, I don't hate that.
Tyler Warren's not trade back. I would like to trade back. I think this is a perfect position because, again, if Will Johnson's going to fall, Will Johnson in the 20s is a lot better to me than Will Johnson in the 13. Not because of talent. The dude's an elite talent. It's not talent. It's health. You could risk that a little bit more if you look in the 20s. Gray Zabel, you're really looking at him? Trade back. Don't get him at 13. Trade back. Jedi Barron, if you want him, get him now. This is the time to get him because I highly doubt he'll be there.
Josh, I'm not gonna lie, I love this pick for Dallas.
Yeah, I do too. I think he just plugs and plays for a long time there.
Yep.
So let's have this talk as well. Wide receiver. You have Matthew Golden there. You have Mbuka. Is that I think the pick should be Tyler Warren.
Yeah.
We talked about the cornerbacks. You also have Starks there, which I think is vastly underrated in this draft. I think he
Malachi
should be way
Starks, the
higher.
safety out of Georgia. That's a legit option for Miami. Absolutely.
But the 2-star players are possibly leaving or fell out of faith with the fan base. Should a wide receiver be considered here as well? I mean, Golden,
for me,
you got a lot of speed with Golden on this
you
offense.
get a lot of speed with Golden. For me, and Miami's still on the clock here. Time is ticking. So I don't know if a decision was made that's not being shown yet. But to me, they might be working the phones here. And I'm not against that. Work the phones. Try to make a deal. But I think you could wait on a receiver. I think there are guys later on. If you're talking to me again, a guy I like a lot out of Tennessee, Thornton. I talked to you guys about it the other day. Deontay Thornton. Like him a lot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not okay. Pick is in. Miami's making the pick.
Okay. Don't say anything.
I haven't seen anything. I just
I got people blowing up my phone, and I'm trying not to touch
Turn
it.
it over. Do not
touch
look.
Is it
Turning my
the most
phone over.
excruciating pain? But you feel so happy when you don't. It's like the power, the willpower. It's like, I'm not going to do it.
I'm not looking at the
Exactly.
comments.
I'm doing it.
Who do you think the pick is? Guess.
I'm going to say Warren.
That was a good call out. I like that. Like I really love that.
Because
It's
even though
BPA to
I'm
me
not gonna
right
hate
now,
it, even though I won't
realistically.
hate it. I mean, I'm not gonna like it because I'm like, man, you could have waited. Because it's Chris Greer, I think it's gonna. I don't know. I hate to say it. I don't think it's gonna be Barron because it's just too good to be true. Tyler Warren, it's a too good to be true. I would love it. But I mean, I would prefer Barron.
What about Grant? Is he considered here?
Well, you lost Calais Campbell. A lot of people have him ranked higher on the board than Mason Graham. But he's all over the board on other people. I know a lot of people like him. I like him too, and I'm okay with that. I would not. I would wait. I think he's a lot closer together with the other guys than other ones based off what I saw. But I don't think. I think it has to be worth a discussion. The pick is in. Best BPA. If it's BPA, who is it?
Yeah, who's
BPA?
If it's BPA,
Jalen Walker,
linebacker?
Yeah, that's not.
Tyler Warren.
well, let's go, right? If you're looking at ours, Jedi Barron is there. Mike Green. Amin Rari. I mean, that's just our thing. I mean, everybody's different. Stop. Leave me alone. I'm like, you have that urge, it's like, you want to just just get it over with. It's like ripping a bandage.
I know it's
Evan,
there.
have you cheated? I'm trying to see Evan's face. No, Evan has not cheated.
No, Evan's honest.
Okay,
Evan's
good.
honest.
No,
And he's
Evan
made
hasn't
sure that
cheated.
no one's cheated.
Because I wasn't gonna. If he did, I would have to put my paper up because I know it's hard for him to hide his reaction. So I would have to.
He has a terrible poker face.
I'm okay. I would love the Warren pick here for Miami.
Well, and here's the thing. Think about a future, right? The future impact of a Tyler Warren pick. Jonathan Smith is only signed for one more year. Let's say he doesn't extend. You're already set at tight end. You got your guy.
The Brock Bowers effect.
The Brock Bowers. You got your guy.
Well,
same thing with
let's
Jedi
be
Barron.
honest.
We know about Jalen Ramsey. What, Josh?
He's not Brock Bowers.
Oh no, I know.
Yeah, Brock Bowers is a different animal.
I went to the Raiders game and I saw us get lit up live just by Brock Bowers.
Is a monster, dude. That dude was a monster. Like I understood why they got rid of Devontae Smith when they did.
Can we talk?
Devontae Adams.
This trash person coming into our comments.
Oh my God, Kimmel.
Kimmel's there. I haven't seen it because I didn't want to get spoiled.
Oh,
This
what was that supposed to call him?
Josh Kimmel, what's up, boy? Check out Saturday nights, your boy Josh. Sunday morning, we're breaking it down. On Sunday morning, Josh, plug it right, my man. We're on Sunday. Remember? No
Wrong
that's
plug,
fine.
buddy.
Bum.
This would be a fun show. I'm going to be burnt out, but it'll be a fun show. Okay, here we go.
Okay, I'm taking off my headset.
Kenneth Grant off the board goes to the Miami Dolphins. So there's your Calais Campbell
Replacement.
replacement. What was he? He was
6'3".
Oh, your boy came in late with the pick. I love it.
Who came in late?
No, I'm just saying I mentioned his name late.
Yeah. Hey, you did.
I like it.
I do
You
too.
need to shore up that D line. Get your guy next to Zach Sealer.
I didn't.
Okay, so
I didn't love any of the other offensive linemen that are on the board right now.
no, you couldn't go offensive line.
No.
Look at that.
So the fact that we went D tackle, I did like Grant. I heard one or two people mention him to the Dolphins here. So
Well, here's some film on him for those who didn't see him.
I like him. I like him.
yeah, that's
Big
a big
dude.
boy.
You
Some
big,
people-
big boy.
Yeah,
Some people said he popped more than Mason Graham.
he's got some good film, man. You get to him plugging up the middle and let Sealer do the rest.
Where was he?
I think he could play multiple spots. Like you see him here. You guys are ahead of me, but you see him playing the 5 tech right there. But then as well, maybe you get someone later in the draft who can play that 5 tech and you move him inside. I think it gives you the ability to move him around. When you go into that four-man front, he can play the 1 technique. You can have Sealer play the 3, and it gives you that wiggle room around what you can do on this offense or this defensive line. I like this a
here.
lot.
Let me see if I could post this.
I think this is Warren here. Actually, I'll be surprised if it's not.
Yeah, and he won't even go past Atlanta. There's no way the Colts pass up on Warren.
They can't.
There's no way.
So
Oh, we got people popping in left and right now. I'm excited. I'm excited to see the reaction.
Oh, sorry. Hold on. We got Fish Tank Hank coming in here. We got Doll, FinStanza put a pop in here. So let's roll it in here and get some instant reactions. Let's first get in. Let's get Fish Tank first.
Fish tank.
Yeah.
Yo,
What up, Hank?
What's up, Tank?
yo,
You like it?
defense. That's a nice grab. I can't complain about that. You know,
Yeah.
we needed a big body in the middle, and they went out and got it. I
They
love
did.
it. I'll take
There
it.
you go. Calais Campbell
Now,
was gone, so they get their guy. They fill it
Plenty
up.
of people on the board that they could have went with.
Yeah.
But
There
we
it
needed
is.
to build that line, and we finally threw something into it. I'm
Tyler
happy.
Warren to the Colts.
There you go. So Fish Tank likes it. Let's get Miss Doll of Doll's Diaries from FTSN. Let's get her in here. What's up, girl? How you doing?
Oh, what's up, girl?
Good. How are you?
Hey,
All
baby.
right. Good to
Good,
see you.
good.
What do you think? Instant reaction. Miami's pick.
Yeah, we suck again. So,
Who did you want there?
That's awesome. I knew it. I knew it was coming like her.
yeah, I can't.
It wasn't
wait.
O-line. I knew she was going to be
Do we think,
unhappy.
so are we going 6 or 7 missed games for Tua this year? I'm going to go 7. I'm going to say about 7 this year.
Who would you have? Let me ask you. Offensive
There you go.
line, Doll. Like, okay, so we had Tyler Booker get off the board. Will Campbell.
Tyler Warren.
Let's see. What's the other one? Was the Calvin Banks?
To the
Who,
Colts.
if on offensive line remaining on the board, who would you
Calvin,
like? Okay,
Calvin.
if go with that
Calvin.
guy, Calvin. Whatever.
I always mess up the Zaley. I always mess it up.
Zabel?
Is it Zabel? Maybe it's Zabel.
Great. From
Gray
North
Zabel?
Dakota. Okay. All right.
Really, any fat white guy.
You would have hated Gray Zabel. You would have hated him because he would have had so many holding penalties that you would have absolutely just showed up here after a Sunday game and you would have said he's
Well, guess
ruining
what?
the entire
I'm going
team.
to show up here after the Sunday game that Tua gets concussed. We're on an offensive line to protect
That's
him.
happening.
And
It's
y'all
Tua.
are
That's
bitching
happening
that
anyway.
Devon Achane isn't getting enough rushing yards because there's no hole for him to run through. I'll be back here and ask you how your tackle goes.
There's guards later in the second round you can get
Oh,
and
great. Another
better
tackle
value.
call, masterpiece work of art that we have to wait and develop up.
I think the difference between the guards that you're seeing now and in the second round, there's not a lot of difference in those players. This
find
offensive
out,
line
but-
class is garbage. Like, it's not a good offensive line class.
Well, we're not going to talk about last year's class that we could have gotten and we chose not to get. I don't hate Chop.
No.
I'll spit in his back.
I got
Spitting
you.
them out
I
there.
will say, again, like Josh has said, for me, I talked about it. Like my preferred pick was Shadae Barron. In the second round, I had Tate Ratledge. Again, you could get that guard in the second round if the board doesn't go crazy, but I don't think it will. Ratledge, Williams, Savanea. You have Dylan Fairchild. Yeah, I forgot the center's name. Josh of Georgia. He plays center guard. But there's plenty of guys I think that are close, especially after that Calvin Banks, Will Campbell pick. You have guys closer together in that second, third round. My thing is, now you look, right, if you're taking corner, you look at the second round, who should still be there. Siobhan Rebel, who had injury history. I mean, he could have been the top corner in this draft if he would have stayed healthy, maybe for some. He might still be on that board. There's some guys still. Trey Amos is another guy. But we'll see. We haven't got his name yet. Craig loves to pick. I know Craig loves it. Greg does not. Orion does not. Let's see here.
No, there were other people that were available, but I don't know.
I disagree.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Scotty likes it.
Grant's an impact pick.
Yeah,
I do feel that way.
I will say the draft is moving along nicely. Round one, I think it's moving on pretty quick. Let's get FinStanza.
Hey, I just wanted to pop in real quick, guys.
Yeah, appreciate you, Fish Tank.
Moving in. I don't even have stuff turned on into my name yet, or any of that stuff. I don't even have cable, so I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing, but there's a bunch of boxes over there.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go.
Yeah, he
go.
has to be.
Nice little place.
There they are. See them? Look at that.
Yeah, look at that. Got Kelly back there. Hey, Kelly.
So we just moved in, so we're still. We went to the draft party, but we knew we had to come back home. So
there you go. Nice looking place, my man. Nice looking place. Fish Tank will be back on Saturday. Me and Fish Tank will start off day 3 of the draft for Fin's Talk today, and so we'll react to all the picks, and then we'll talk about possibly future picks for Miami. So Fish Tank, thank you so much for popping in, my man.
Hey, thank you folks for letting me pop in and say hi to everybody. And like I said, that's a big boy up the middle. Yeah. We needed it. I could have seen it in a later round, but he's a top pick. So
there you go.
I like it.
All right, Fish Tank. There's Fish Tank Hank. Fin's Talk today. He'll join us on Saturday. And let's get FinStanza, get his reaction to it. Evan.
You're muted,
right.
Evan.
Unmute your mic.
That's weird.
So if you guys have 45 minutes of your time, prepare for it to be used up. We got Evan in the house.
I'm going to go put my daughter to sleep real quick. I'll be back.
We'll be back.
Won't be that long, I promise. I've been here the whole time. I've been in the
Mac
background.
Destroyer. That's an interesting one. Mac Destroyer.
You don't get it? You
Yeah,
don't
of
get
course
it?
I get it, man.
You don't get it?
It's either McDonald's or Mike McDaniel.
Of course. So you didn't ask the question.
Well, I don't think I need to. I think I've asked it a lot. So what do you think of this pick, man? It's there. Miami picks Kenneth Grant.
Based on what I've been saying with Greg and Brett for weeks, I like the player. I don't like the pick because now that they didn't draft best player available, they drafted for need. And the last time they did that, the player now may not play. Who knows when he's going to play again? He's now making $28.5 million for the Raiders, and he may not even play this year if you've been reading the stories. Greer reached, and I do not know why. He could have traded back and gotten Kenneth Grant in the 20s. Maybe no one wanted to trade with Greer because they knew that he'd be dumb enough to reach for a pick. All I can tell you is this is very Dolphin-like. Do I like the player? Yes, but he's not a top 13 pick in this draft, period. He's a nice player. He's not a top 13 pick. You went to go get somebody when you know that Ramsey is not going to be there because he doesn't want to play for McDaniel. and you have no corners. Well, like we always say, when a quarterback plays football, he looks at what's happening in the secondary. Right now, your top 4 secondary players, forget Ramsey, are now Kader Kohu, Ifatu, Ashton Davis, Patrick McMorris, Elijah Campbell, Cam Smith. Like, even if you want to go get a corner in the second round, your best player in the second round in the secondary is Xavier Watts. You're going to get another safety. You don't have a corner. And based on what everyone's talking about, go ahead.
No, you're hating on the pick, but
I don't hate the pick.
But no, you're saying he drafted for need, but you're saying he should have drafted for need.
No, the best player available was at corner. No,
you don't know that though. You don't know their board. Kenneth Grant very easily could have been the best player available.
No way, it's his board. He drafted for need. That's what he does. That's what he did. He drafted Austin Jackson for need. Instead of taking Justin Jefferson, he drafted Noah Benogany because he drafted for need, and he could have had Jonathan Taylor.
I will say just very quick. I want to say this very quick, just for me, just to say because I'll forget it. I don't think he's in the same ballpark as an Benogany or that guy. Kenneth Grant
I don't
is a
think that
different
it is.
beast.
I'm not saying that. No. What I'm saying is the way Dahl is saying she really wanted an offensive lineman. I saw the offensive line. I don't get it. This is not the right pick. This is not a premium position. So I would have been less surprised if they took an edge because McDaniel always said my favorite player, if I could have, he's available, is an edge rusher. Greer is very. I would have been happier with Greer if he went for a premium position and would have taken a Tyler Warren. He's the best player on the board. There were 4 or 5 players easily on the board that talent-wise is better than Kenneth Grant. You could have gone to get a D tackle in the second round or in the third round that could have done the job. I just feel he looked at his board because he looked at the free agents available after the draft, and he thinks he can go get a Rasul Douglas, or maybe he can go get Asante Samuel, or he can go get a Brandon Scherf on the O-line, or he can go get a Will Hernandez on the O-line, and he's thinking that way. He's thinking where can he plug his pieces. He's already thinking about free agency and the street value of those players, and he filled up a need because he doesn't see anyone in free agency as a D tackle. Is he going to be a good player for this team? Sure. But what happened, and Bobby and I have been talking about this for years, when's the last time they actually held on to a defensive player ever? In this century, since Greer has been involved in this team in 25 years, they have never signed a D lineman and actually re-signed him after his contract was over. They let every single player they drafted go. Every single solitary one. Sealer wasn't drafted by them. Every single defensive player on this team never gets re-signed after their contract ends. Kenneth Grant will be on another team in 4 years.
So the reason that is the case, and I talked about this on 305 Sports Now, had a great conversation with Will and I believe John and Q, who has the I Hate Football podcast. Shout out to him. He will be on the show on Saturday. Him and Will both be on there with Dahl. Dahl will be there. Steve will be there. I'll be popping in. So that's going to be an awesome episode. But Dahl will have more picks to go at. We'll all have like, what did they do this for? A 7th round tackle.
Oh, I'm ready.
I know you are.
I like the Falcons, bro. Falcons just pick up
so
Walker.
lucky that I'm sober.
Yeah, I like that too.
And emotionally numb. Okay? That's all I'm going to say.
There you go. But the reason why that happened, because they were asking that, like, oh, Miami's issue, they don't re-sign their players. Because it starts with it's a foundational issue with the Miami Dolphins. The reason why they never extend the guys they have is because they're too busy paying for guys from other teams to come here. They don't build their own guys. They draft a guy if the team is not doing well enough and they want to go, okay, well, we're right on the cusp. Okay, instead of re-signing our guy that's a good player or a great player, let's let him walk and let's go ahead and trade for a Tyreek who we didn't need to extend and now we're looking to dump, or traded Jalen Ramsey. It's a foundational issue with the Miami Dolphins. So we can only hope, Evan, that after this season or after this draft, because sometimes that happens, that Greer is no longer the GM, because that's when it changes. That's when it changes.
Never changing. I told you this very clearly, and tell me when I'm wrong. I said this to you when they hired McDaniel, and then Flores started that lawsuit. Chris Greer will be the general manager or be the president of football operations for this team until the Brian Flores lawsuit is settled. He will. Okay. Ross is terrified to fire this man.
Oh, Will is not happy. He is not happy with the pick. There you go.
So I'm just telling you this right now. McDaniel will probably be gone at the end of this season or midway through the season, and then they'll give the head coaching job to Weaver. But Chris Greer is going nowhere. Every time look at the last two press conferences, he should be fired just for the last two press conferences that he's performed in. Like, he actually said, I want to win more than you do, and he's never won, and to get us off his back. I need a general manager that would have the gall to say, I think we're more worried about the offensive line than you are, and I want to win just to get the media and the fan base off his back, and he knows that the fan base hates him, and he loves it. Right? Kenneth Grant is going to be a great player. I believe he will be a great player on that defense and will be cheering for him next year. But it won't matter because McDaniel will only be able to put up 6 points. So unless him and Sealer are able to keep us down to 3 points, we're not going to score with that head coach. It doesn't matter what we do. I want Weaver to get us defensive players. I'm happy for Weaver that he's getting his defense. I'm okay with that. I just think Barron, Johnson, Starks, Amenyori, I would have been more happy with those 4 picks than Kenneth Grant. That's just my opinion, because I believe the NFL now is built from the center, from the back in, not the trenches out. That from the defensive side of the ball. I don't believe you could have gone to get a tackle in the second round. You didn't have to go here. There's enough defensive tackles in the second round to go do it. That's just my opinion.
That's fair. It's all right. Everybody has the right to opinion. Go ahead, Doll.
I'm just going to say, last year we had Campbell. We had a pretty rock-solid defense.
Yeah.
With a shit secondary. Because let's be real, our secondary has been terrible for 2 years since Xavier Howard left.
You miss Eli Apple. Come on, you miss Eli Apple.
2 years we haven't had a secondary. Now suddenly everyone's blowing down doors saying, we don't have a corner. I've been telling you this for 2 years that we don't have a secondary. But our defense was still putting up great numbers. We were still great. You know what we couldn't do last year? Move the damn ball. And so what do we do in this draft? We got rid of Campbell and we replaced Campbell. But guess what we didn't do? Anything to help us move the ball. You have a quarterback who has one full solid year of not getting injured. One. And that's like the highlight of his career is probably that he didn't get injured one season. And you're doing everything you can to piecemeal and, quilt together the worst offensive line you could think of. And then you're going to go on a press conference and tell your fan base, oh, yeah, I totally want to win. I'm going to do everything I can to win, except protect my quarterback, create gaps, help the rhythm, and
I have to ask all the questions.
Enjoy this dumpster fire, you guys.
Oh, Ross got a Michigan man. Very smart. Dolphin Thirsty said something very smart. The guy's from Michigan. Maybe this was a Ross pick. You never know. Let me ask the 4 of you a question, but I'm going to ask Dog because I want to rile her up. A couple weeks ago, X was on the Die Bar podcast. Everyone go watch that podcast.
Shout out to them. Yeah.
Today, it doesn't matter if it's Armando Salguero. It doesn't matter if it's Tony Pauline. I don't care who it is. The veterans on this team, a lot of them have left, and Ramsey does not want to play for this team because they don't want to play for Mike McDaniel. Mm-hmm. When X was asked the question of what he thought about Brian Flores, he talked about how much he loved playing for Brian Flores. What are all your thoughts on, because you know where I stand on McDaniel, how Greer is choosing his head coach over his star players?
I don't really think Chris Greer knows what the fuck he's doing. I think you're giving Chris Greer too much credit, but I don't think that Chris Greer is a man with a backbone or integrity. And I think Brian Flores had more of an old school mindset that I respect. I think he was harder. There was more accountability in the building. He wasn't, hey, bro, let's hang out. Look how quirky I am. Like, he was a little bit more aggressive, kind of an asshole. But I think he garnered a little bit more respect. Look at how well he's doing over in Minnesota. I also am not sure if he was really a head coach worthy. I think that he does better as a coordinator. But Mike McDaniel is quirky and tries to do that. But there is a lot. I think you went to extremes. You had the extreme regimen, the extreme, accountability. And then you went to, hey, guys, let's have fun. And now there's no accountability. There's no culture. There's nothing. I think I think they went too extreme. I think after everything that happened with Flores, they gravitated to McDaniel because he wasn't like Flores. And that's the problem now, is that I don't think in this culture and with these guys, and you have multi-millionaire immature babies and divas, they need accountability. They need a Shula, a Belichick. You need those kind of guys still to hold these guys accountable, because look what happens. They run all over you, and then your locker room's a mess. And that's what happened. But I don't give all the credit to Greer. I think that after everything that happened with Flores, they just wanted somebody that was completely unlike him.
Alex, Vogel, Bobby, what do you think? Or did you forget the question already?
No, I kind of agree with Dal. I think we're giving too much credit to Greer. I don't think he's done anything. I'm not as negative on McDaniels as you are. But I could be very well this year if things continue to get worse.
Look, I think McDaniel, in regards to McDaniel, he wasn't put in a situation that's really beneficial for where he was in his career early on. He was an inexperienced head coach. He never coached. He was only a 1-year offensive coordinator. Nobody else interviewed him but Miami. Well, if Miami had not, when you signed him, you signed him basically to help your young quarterback find his footing. And it was a young team. There was no high expectations for Miami at that point, but then you trade for Tyreek, and then you trade for Jalen Ramsey. You kind of set him up. Now, it's easy to say, oh, we're going for success. When you really set him up for failure, it is what it is. I think he'll learn that maybe in another job when eventually he does move on, and you hear what's everything going on. It happens, right? I mean, when you get players, when you go and trade for a Jalen Ramsey or Tyreek Hill, it's going to be very hard for you to make them happy unless you're great and you're in the next big thing. But guess what? They're coming in there going, man, I'm a future Hall of Fame player. You're just a new coach. Am I supposed to really listen to you? Am I supposed to take you seriously? That's not really doing your coach any favors. Miami did not do Mike McDaniel any favors when they went and got Jalen Ramsey and Tyreek Hill. And it doesn't mean that maybe Mike McDaniel didn't say, yeah, go get those guys. Of course he didn't say go get those guys. Those guys are Tyreek Hill and Jalen Ramsey. But then the fact is that you put him in a spot. So now the fact is he has a little too much to handle. If he would have went with a team that Miami was originally supposed to be, a young team that, he could grow with them and you had this fun ride, it might have been a different story. But the fact of the matter is, no, they didn't. They got these two superstar players. They signed Calais Campbell. They signed Tyron Armstead. You shorten that window, so you set up high expectations. It's hard to respect a guy younger than you, more inexperienced than you, a guy that you obviously see that maybe he's in a job that's way bigger than him. It's not, I get your point in regards, but again, it's wrong coach, wrong time, and that's how I feel. I don't think it's his fault. I'm not going to hate on him. It's just what happens. It's the boat he's in. In a perfect scenario, if they were able to get rid of a Tyreek and a Jalen Ramsey and kind of start younger with a younger base, we might see a different Mike McDaniel. We might see a different Miami Dolphins. The fact is, here's what's not going to change. It hasn't changed. That should change is the Chris Greer situation. And he's still there. That's the foundational issue with the Miami Dolphins. But it is what it is. But the thing is this, D tackle. We've said it. If you don't draft a D tackle, whether it's the first pick, the second pick, whatever, the third pick, I had one in the third pick in my mock. There's not a lot out there in free agency. There are some players in free agency in the offensive line. I think there's some players in the draft in the second, third round that you would have felt just as good with them if you would have got them in the first round. Corner. There's still some good corners on this board. Of course, I'm a Jedi Barron guy. That's who I wanted with the 13th pick. I would have been going nuts with that pick. And I would have gone to bat against anybody with that pick. But, okay, they don't take a corner. If they don't take a corner in the second or the third round, and then we're like, gosh, dude, there are still some corners available in free agency for Miami. Miami is not a perfect team. None of their picks are going to make everybody happy because there's so many other needs on this team that they have to address. Kenneth Grant, again, you hear whatever. There's a lot of people. Matt Canada, if I don't know how to say his name, PFN. He hates the pick. You have other guys who absolutely love the pick because they're like, oh, he reached. I think, again, you could have waited and gotten, maybe if you traded down, you could have got him in the 20s. But again, you got him at 13. If he is really on your board that high, you go get him. Is he a good player? He absolutely is a good player. Could he be a great player? He can. Zach Sealer is a very good to great player. Kenneth Grant could be. And guess what? We're going to love him. We're going to have his jersey. We're going to celebrate him. But then you look at all the other issues with Miami. That's the problem. How does Miami go with the second pick now? That's what's going to matter. The 13th pick, we know he's going to be a good player. There's nothing wrong with him. Nobody's going to hate on that guy. We know what he is. Now, for Dahl, like Dahl saying, hey, man, our offensive line is trash. We don't have a left guard. You could say we got James Daniels, but he can't stay healthy. We don't know how he's going to be going next year. Aaron Brewery's on a 1-year deal. Patrick Paul's a question mark. We don't know what he is. Austin Jackson couldn't stay healthy last year, but he was good the year before. Where's our left guard position? Where's our depth? Okay, I get it. I can understand that argument. And I told you, Dahl, ahead of time, too, way before. Offensive line, I wasn't comfortable taking offensive line at 13 because I think you get a guy later. But I understand the argument. I understand where you're coming from. It's like, what else do we have? For me, I know that later on, second round, there could be a guy. But what if they skip that? What if they go linebacker? Now you're playing games. Now you're getting scary. So that's a problem.
I can see second round, Chris Greer going corner.
Yeah.
And then you're going to see third round where I wanted us to get Restrepo, if he was there. You're going to see us maybe looking at offensive line by the third round. By then, all your plug-in starters, day ones, are probably going to be gone. And you're
Fairchild and Ratledge, if they're there, are day one starters instead of Eichenberg.
Sure.
Ratledge and Fairchild are starters.
I will throw something at a wall if the second round comes and he gets a corner.
No, he's going to take a safety. If Watts is there, he'll take Xavier Watts, and that will make Mike Vogel.
Well, let me just say, first off, in regards of corner, Watts is a damn good safety prospect. Absolutely. Ball hawk, whatever. Siobhan Revel again from East Carolina, if he's still there. Who's the other guy? You have Trey Amos. Za Frazier's a guy I like a lot. He's a small school guy. But offensive line, again, like you said, you draft Tate Ratledge, you're set. Plug him at left guard. But then you got to think about later on. Darian Strong, the corner as well. He's another guy, another good corner in the draft. There are some guys there. There's not a lot of options at D tackle, so that's why I understand it. I think you could have waited. I think, Alfred Collins, those other guys could be, but I don't hate Kenneth Grant. I like Kenneth Grant. I think he's a very good player. He's in my top 20. I like him. But again, I would have went with Jedi Bearing.
We're such a liar.
It is what it is.
Greer just said, after picking Kenneth Grant, he immediately got multiple texts from other GMs saying Grant is their guy. Like, you're full of... And McDaniel was wearing a blue tie, so we all should have known they were taking a Michigan guy. Like, these guys you can't take these guys seriously.
I'm waiting for you're more worried about our offensive line than we are.
No, he admitted that he's not happy with his offensive line. He thinks he can get it. Honestly, I don't want him to, Dahl, I know you want offensive line, so do I, but I don't want him to reach. I do not want him to pull the
do not reach for O-line.
Do not reach for O-line. And Vogel's here. If you found out that we took either Ratledge or Fairchild to start at a guard this season, would you be satisfied?
No, because it's a reach. I think you're going to be able to get
in the third round. In the third round,
I think you're going to be able to get a stud in the second round.
Who would you take in the second round?
The tackle from Arizona that can play
tackle.
I'll
wager somebody.
Savanea, you mean?
Savanea, he's my top rated guy.
I'd
take Savanea in a heartbeat.
Yeah. He was my my crush this year for offensive linemen.
These guys are laughable. These two bozos. I'm telling you, these two bozos who come up to the. I would have liked for them not to come to the podium. And then I would have said, "You want to know what? Maybe they could have finagled to move up, like take your and move up and back into the first round." But they already spoke.
Let me do this. Let me just recap here very quick. So after Mommy picked Kenneth Grant, which obviously we're harping on here, which is fine because we're all of us are Dolphin fans, so we're going to. God, why does my phone keep doing that? I'm not voice texting you guys. Josh, what are you doing? But very quick, Indianapolis, they go get Tyler Warren out of Penn State. They get their weapon at tight end. Jalen Walker, the linebacker to Georgia, goes to the Falcons. The Arizona Cardinals go Walter Nolan out of Ole Miss, D tackle. And then Shamar Stewart, the edge rusher of Texas A&M, goes to Cincinnati, which we know more than likely was going to be the case anyway with edge rusher because of the Trey Hendrickson situation up there in Cincinnati. So let me make sure I update my board. I don't want to miss anybody here. Gray Zabel going to Seattle. There you go. Zabel's off the board.
There you go.
So I want it. My man.
Let's see here.
Graham Barton. Well, I would have taken Graham Barton last year.
Gosh, I like
This is
Zabel.
where- this
I hope
is
he
the part where
sucks
it gets
because I
fun
know
now.
I'm going to hear Dull all next season.
What?
I want to see. If,
I said
if
I hope
Sanders
Zabel
ends
sucks,
up.
even though I like him. I hope he sucks because I know I'm going to hear it all season.
Oh, he ain't gonna suck. He's probably the best offensive lineman here.
Every time there's a gap on that line, I'm gonna text you.
Zabel.
That-
You just
Zabel.
say the last name. Zabel.
That's all
won't be.
Zabel. This is.
I will tell you
Zabel.
they won't be. They will get someone in the first 3 rounds. They will do.
They
that.
will absolutely.
They will.
You're not gonna plug every hole on one pick.
You know what though? I'm
Listen,
happy that it's not some
I'm
random
sorry.
guy. That's all that
I'm
matters.
sorry that I wanted a whole plug. Forgive me. And yet again, I'm not disappointed.
Bada boom,
Yep.
bing. There it
Damn
is.
you, Greer.
Can
Damn
you
you,
imagine?
Greer.
And she's not drunk. So there you go.
Okay, talking to the 2 draft gurus over here, Vogel and Bobby, how are Jahdae Barron and Will Johnson falling into the 20s to 19?
Ah,
Can you
I
believe
thought Jahdae
the
Barron
draft-
would be
the
off
draft-
LA or Denver, like Pitt, so someone in the 20s is winning the
Pittsburgh.
lottery
Well,
by getting
obviously
Johnson.
Pittsburgh's
now-
gonna have a dilemma with Sanders or Barron.
Yo, the Pittsburgh
Or-
Steeler fans want Shador Sanders.
They
My
do.
brother blowing me up at work today saying, if
Sanders,
he falls
Sanders.
to 21,
Well,
if he
the thing
falls to
is
21,
that was the luckiest scenario because from 10 to 20, everybody has their franchise quarterback. So there was no one's gonna pick them that high. No one's gonna reach or like
I
trade up.
think
There's no
I'll-
leverage.
I'll be my phone will be blowing up some pissed off Pittsburgh
For
fans
sure.
if they don't get Shador Sanders if he falls to them at
I'm-
21.
And if he falls, probably the Brown.
It's weird
I
that
don't
no QB, no cornerbacks have gone yet. This is crazy. When's the last time a corner didn't go in the top 20? Ever.
You see,
Like,
that's
ever.
the way the draft is going. That's the way the draft is
really
playing this year.
weird.
Which
All right,
makes
I gotta
sense
hop
when
off
you start
because
thinking
the
about
Steelers
it.
are about to pick, so everyone's about to
All
come
right.
back into the living room.
Bye, dog.
Later.
Bye, dog.
All right. Bye.
Which
See
the
you
more you
Saturday.
see it, the more it makes sense. I wouldn't say it's a reach per se, even if it's a little reach. But the fact that we went DT, like you've seen the teams go the defensive tackle, edge rush. So like you see the quality of the players are coming off the board because there's not that much. So
By the way,
yeah,
Zach Steeler's wife wrote, I hear Michigan guys know how to work hard. The problem is he's coming to a country club with a social worker running the facility. They don't work hard in Miami. They show up late to practice.
Zach Steeler works hard.
yeah, he works hard, man.
Basically, Kenneth Grant and Zach Steeler work hard while everyone else is strolling into the country club.
And look, one thing I'm going to mention because I didn't get a chance to respond to the comment of McDaniel and the veterans. If obviously veterans come with a different expectation, and when McDaniel was hired, he wasn't hired to coach the Hills and the Ramseys. He was hired to coach a developing team, to rebuild Tua's worth, to rebuild Tua as a person, as a quarterback, and he has done that part. Now, has he grown as a coach? There's areas that you see improvement every year, and then there's areas that you see some regressions. Now, the fact that not all veteran players have talked bad about him, or that some of that he's a pleasure to play with, it's a like the Armsteads, and they're still friendly with the team. It always is going to end in the wrong way with a few of your veterans in the Xavier Howard, now in the Ramsey situation. So what I'm surprised is that relationship with Ramsey is Weaver, and he loves Weaver. So we understand the magnitude of that's just a McDaniel decision. So that's a Greer decision, but it's mostly a McDaniel one. But what you do when you double down like that, and now you have a younger team, this is your year to prove it. If it doesn't work, you're out of a job. You're out of Miami. And then now what you mentioned is the question is, this is just the first round. Do they have a plan to fill out based on value and their quality of picks, that they do have a boatload of picks? So there's a lot of holes that could be plugged. Daw's not here to hear see that. That could be taken care of. And like you said, free agency. So we're judging it on the first round and about a reach, and we reach and we reach. Let's see how the whole draft plays out, and let's see how free agency plays out. And at the end of the day, is what you put on the field, how you produce. So I'm intrigued by it because when I saw Cardinals go defensive tackle, and then I saw them take the edge rusher. I forgot who's the one that took the edge rusher right after him.
No, but you're making a great point. Yeah.
So
there's
the value is there.
On defensive line.
Yes, it's not a reach. The value is there. So I'm like, I see what they're doing, and the front seven defensive is going to be a nice trenches for us, man.
It's just a need. I know we like trenches. We had to fill those gaps. I'm just saying, I'm surprised he could not trade back. Because if you look,
maybe he didn't find a trade partner because he knew there's no leverage.
But since he took that player, Walter Nolan's been taken. No, yeah. He could have gone. He could have gone back. I think.
Yeah, but remember, it takes two. People didn't want to trade with Miami because we had no leverage.
People don't want to trade with Miami because they know that
there's no leverage. Like there was no position of need the team needed, and they're like, oh, no, we need that pick. That when you have no leverage, it's very difficult, and you're not going to make a trade just to make a trade.
Yeah, because look like I said, look at Johnson, look at Barron. They were in the top 10.
And they're falling and they're dropping.
They're dropping like
which
crazy.
happens. That's why
I'm intrigued who's going to trade back up.
Drafts are unpredictable. I know who's on my top 10. I mean, but it doesn't mean that these guys are get picked in the top 10.
Someone's going to trade back into this first round, man.
Oh, I mean, you would hope. If
you're someone like
Buffalo, let me just say, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. Chris Greer, on if the Dolphins are looking to trade back into the first round, he says we're open. We made some calls with some teams. Maybe last pick something happens.
You see? I'm telling you, they'll get their cornerback.
It may not happen, but I'm just saying he said that. So tell me, look, if Will Johnson's still on the board or Jedi Barron's there, and they come away with Barron, or they come away with maybe come on, come on.
I'm surprised. Wait, I'm very surprised by the Buccaneers when you see who they picked. I'm not saying who they picked. By the way, do you think this was more a? Let me ask you. I know everyone's.
Wow, I like that pick.
Yeah, but with the other, they already have two guys.
So I'm gonna be back. I'll be back.
That's okay. They're older.
Let me ask you guys.
If we're going with who
you think Ross? You think this is Ross had a say?
I think I'm going wide receiver. Who? Ross?
You think Ross had a say in this because he's a Michigan boy?
No, I don't.
He played the Michigan fight song.
Yeah, I know, but I don't think it really comes down to. I think people overplay that a little bit too much, and they overhype that. Oh yeah, the owner picked them because you always. Hey, there's teams, for example, I can say this in regards to the Heat. The Heat love Kentucky guys. They love Duke guys. So yes, certain teams are more comfortable drafting players from certain. Nice.
It's interesting they go wide receiver when they still have Godwin and Evans. I know they're getting up there in age.
Yeah, but remember Evans is an age. Now you got a third. You got a 3 wide receiver. That's a beautiful wide receiver room.
Yeah, that's a very nice room. So
and you got Baker Mayfield.
What do you think about it? Vogel. Vogel left.
Oh, he said he loved it.
He likes that.
I like.
What do you like about it?
Because they need their wide receiver room is getting old, so they need a youth movement. And he's probably one of the better route runners in the draft.
And who better to have to look up to than that wide receiver?
Yeah.
Vogel, let me ask you. I never coach. We never asked you this. If it wasn't Kenneth Grant there at 13, who was left on the board that you would have taken? Who would have been your next
Barron?
Would have been Barron.
Yeah, he said Barron.
Yeah. I mean. Right, like I'm an offensive line guy, but I that would have been a reach for me taking any of those other offensive.
Grace Abel would have been a reach for you. Like you think the Seahawks? You think the Seahawks reached at 18 with that?
I would have felt more comfortable 18 to 20 than 13.
Okay.
I think there were too many better prospects on the board at 13, and Grant fills an immediate need in the middle, or Barron would have been that cornerback on the back end that would have been nice.
Miss Fins, he just had to step away. The guy has a loose bladder. I think this is the 4th time he's gone to the bathroom.
We're getting up there in age.
We don't want to walk around with the diaper. We're still too young for diapers. We're too old to go. Not to hold it in. Too much water.
Now, realistic. I want to ask a question. Sanders doesn't get drafted by Pittsburgh. How far does he drop? Does he get past the Saints? Or the Saints go Jackson Dart?
Saints have another.
The Saints have another pick, right? Or no?
No.
No, the Browns. I'm sorry, the Browns.
The Browns will have another pick in this draft. Every team is picking in the first round so far.
But they could move. They could move up.
Could move up
because they got that draft haul from Jackson.
Can you see the Broncos? Could you see the Broncos going go to pair someone who plays opposite side of Surtain? Anybody that's of a star? Or do you see them going corner? I could see them going corner here.
I can see them going corner as well. Who were they? Oh, they may go running back though because they were really interested.
Yeah, but you're reaching on a running back.
I don't
know.
One
from North Carolina. Is he from North Carolina?
There is a running back from North Carolina that's pretty high, and a kid from Ohio State.
Yeah, Ollie Gordon. But Ollie Gordon, that'd be a reach.
Ollie Gordon would be a reach.
That'd be a reach. That's a second or that's a late second rounder, even a third rounder at that point. But right now, they're still on the board, but I'm sure they're going to make their pick. I have a feeling they're going to go defense again. They like to go defense.
We're going to find out soon if Pittsburgh passes on them.
Yep.
And when you mention the Jaguars, that you see, Travis Hunter's a generational talent.
Yep.
That's one of those that you'll see. If it pans out, you're like, yeah, it was worth everything we gave up.
Absolutely.
So,
you're thinking about Mario Hampton. You're thinking about Mario Hampton.
Mario Hampton. There you go. That guy.
That could be someone that he would want to pair with Bo Nix. That's true.
Yeah.
But there's so many good players left on the board. When you see Eminyori, like Malachi Starks, and you still see Barron, you see Harm. There's still a lot of these guys who are picking in the 20s they're all gonna get decent, solid players in the first round. It's pretty amazing.
Damn. So Sanders doesn't get pissed in Pittsburgh. How far?
Henderson
Pittsburgh then got Chargers.
Yeah, it could be the pick. Yeah, it could be Henderson too. Wow. When you look at your draft board, Coach, versus how it's playing out, how off is it? Like, how surprised are you by the fact that so many these players are on the board?
I mean, I really the two that I'm surprised are the two cornerbacks. I thought we figured that they would be kind of that 11 to 15 range at the latest.
Yeah.
But everything else, I thought maybe Shedeur would go a little higher. But the fact that he's still on the board doesn't surprise me after some of the stuff that I've heard the last couple of days that Pittsburgh likes him. I thought maybe the Giants would consider taking him, but I think Carter was too good of a talent to pass up for Shedeur.
I will say the person I am happiest for is Zach Seal.
Yeah,
like the guy deserves
the much needed help.
The guy literally is a stud. For what we pay that guy, the guy's a stud. For him to get a true young, did you see how massive this guy is? The guy's ginormous.
Yeah.
And the guy can move, and he can move like he's a big boy. How do you think he'll handle the Miami Heat? Like, no pun intended.
He'll fit right in. He'll fit right in. He looks, and you know what I love about it? When you see him, it looks like he has a good old personality.
Yeah,
he's gonna fit right in.
He feels like he like that Wilkins,
right?
Yeah.
Patrick Paul. Can you imagine Tua? And then Patrick Paul and Kenneth Grant walking him into the stadium.
Oh my god!
Like the two bouncers. Like, can you imagine Tua? Like, hi, hello.
Now, you know one name I'm going to keep on looking at? Matthew Golden. I feel that Matthew Golden drops, the Dolphins might be salivating, and they might go up for it.
Yeah, Dion's waiting.
Josh Jennings.
I love how we're going to watch Dion. Oh my god. Well, I meant to ask you two guys, even though because we're waiting for the pick for Broncos. Because I asked this on Checkdown last week.
Uh-huh.
Can you believe that players the Colorado Buffaloes have never won one national championship? No one's ever been recognized. But the fact that Travis Hunter and Shedeur Sanders didn't win anything, and they have their numbers retired.
Yeah, that's.
Does that make sense?
To me, honestly, there has to be some sort of prerequisite to get in the Ring of Honor. Your number retired. You played there 1 year. Now, granted, yes, the social media era and the notoriety that they brought and the money that they brought into university must have been ginormous. So you understand the importance of it, but I don't think it's enough. And can you unretire a number? Like, I'm always interested to find out. Can you unretire a number? Oh, no, right?
By the way, I must tell you that the Broncos are Sean Payton was salivating here.
Oh, he went with Golden?
Oh, Jade
No.
Jade Barron.
Yeah.
I like it. That's a good one in the back.
Can you him and Surtain in the back?
Yeah,
pick your poison. Pick your poison.
I know where Bobby went. Bobby went to go put on his orange Broncos. He's moving to Denver.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Can I be a how the Bronco fans are very happy. What a play.
Okay, and I got one thing with Sanders. If he doesn't get picked by the Steelers, the only other option to me is Rams. 26.
Rams
or who? Someone traded back in.
Yeah. But if not, he could. Yeah.
Are you seeing this watch party? Jade Barron has the entire state of Texas in his living room. How do you think that many people in a room?
Yeah.
It's Texas, man.
By the way, that's my entire house in his living room. I think that living room could fit Alex's, Vogel's, and my house.
Those Texas houses are big, man.
Wow. Unbelievable.
I like all the hanger-oners that are. By the way, we're best friends. I'm getting my pay. Like, dude, he's never even seen before.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good little crew right there.
Wow, I'm surprised.
What, you know something we don't know, Evan?
No, I don't know something. I have this weird feeling. I'm just looking at the draft board, and I'm thinking Steelers. I'm thinking what the Steelers might do. I also don't think, I'm just telling you that I haven't expressed it yet, I don't think that the Tomlin, I really don't think they can build around Shedeur. I don't think he's a Pittsburgh Steeler. I think he's more of a running gun team. I thought the way they play their game, they're hard nosed. I don't see it. I don't.
But Shadeur's a pretty good pocket passer.
I don't see him going with Mike Tomlin. I think they feel that Kenny Pickett itch, and I really think they think they can do something with Mason Rudolph. They have good old Skyler. No, I'm saying I think they're waiting on Aaron. I think they're willing to wait on Aaron Rodgers. Or if Aaron Rodgers doesn't work out, they're a veteran team. They'll eat Kirk Cousins. I really don't think they want Shedeur. I think they think if they're going to go, a lot of people here in this quarterback class, because Vogel, you know this, all these quarterbacks this is not a great quarterback class. Like, I think if you look at last year, look at the quarterbacks last year, Cam Ward would have been probably the fourth quarterback pick.
Yeah, they said today that he probably would have been the fourth or fifth.
The fourth quarterback or fifth quarterback pick. Shedeur Sanders would have been in the third round. And in the way that Wingate talked about the fact that he compares him to Malik Willis.
Yeah,
he might be a good quarterback. People aren't. He might be a Lamar Jackson. Not even that, but he might go early in the second. Yeah. Someone might move up to get him, similar to Lamar, right at the end of the first, because they want to have that pick. But I don't think he's going to Pittsburgh. I don't think Tomlin. He's not a Tom. Doesn't look like a Tomlin guy to me. He just doesn't look. Tomlin wants to build. Tomlin's about the law. Tomlin is about the trenches. Like, Tomlin is about the trenches.
Yeah.
I see them going trench here. I just have this weird feeling.
Or defense.
I know. I think they're going deep.
Like a cornerback or.
Yeah. I'm going to say they go Sanders or Dart.
No, they're not going to go quarterback. I'm convinced they're not going to go quarterback. I don't see it. I don't see Shedeur there. His attitude, I'm telling you, if his father was not Dion, he would have been picked earlier. I'm telling you. People don't want that. Like, do you remember? Okay, you're a big basketball guy, Alex.
Yeah.
How miserable were the Lakers with Lamar Ball and his father? Even if he's coaching, it's awful.
Yeah.
Right.
I get that part.
Wow.
Right? And it's a different thing. Though. Like, because Deion Sanders is not Lamar Ball is not Deion Sanders.
Derek Harmon, defensive tackle, Oregon.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Wow.
That doesn't surprise
me at all.
Oof, the drop is back. Sanders to the Rams.
I mean, it'd be a good fit.
Yeah.
He'd be
Steelers are happy. Yeah, he's a good player. Hey, but you would have been. What do you think of being a trenches guy? What do you think of Derek Harmon?
You talking about me?
Yeah, of course, you're a trench boy.
Yeah.
He's a Pittsburgh.
Yeah. That is a Pittsburgh pick. Absolutely. Look at that. Cam Hayward, Derek Harmon, T.J. Watt, Joey Porter Jr., and Minka Fitzpatrick.
That's a defense, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Arthur, that's not Arthur Smith. Who's on the defense there? It's not Matt. Who's the defensive guy there? Forget who the defensive guy is there. Can I read your last comment?
Look how many D tackles I've
How
got
many
in the first round.
Give up back in the first round to get Malachi Starks, the safety from South Carolina. They thought I would whether it's Nick Imignori, Malachi Starks, Will Johnson. I would trade next. If I'm Greer, I wouldn't worry about next year just yet. I would trade next year's picks.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Did you have a nice
Sorry,
supper?
guys.
You weren't going to need me for the first night, eh? You weren't going to need me so much.
I didn't say that. My wife was changing my daughter's wrap, so I was helping with that, and then she got Domino's, and I'm not gonna tell you this is East Century Boys type of thing, but let me tell you one of my biggest pet peeves with pizza: too much sauce. I hate that with a passion. Like, I hate
sauce on a pizza.
Oh, dude,
New York pizza is not like that. Like New York
I know.
pizza is not.
I hate too much sauce.
You don't like thick pizza.
Vogel, what's your favorite pizza, Vogel? Like style.
Me,
They say style.
me and my wife is from New York. It's New York.
It's New York style.
I grew up in near South Bend, Indiana, Chicago.
Deep dish all day.
Deep dish.
Deep dish. But right now,
I fell in love. And I actually like Detroit style.
Big pieces and.
Oh yeah. There's nothing like a new. I'm telling you, here there's a place called Cazola's, that it's the big massive pie. Yeah. Like it's a huge pie, and the pizza size is like this big, man. Yeah. And you just legit.
Alex, being in you, what have you done? Like when you go, I'm not sure you've been there, but if you go to a Sicilian, like I know they're more than, but the Sicilian, there's restaurants near where my place is in Florida.
Yeah.
Sicilian oven, Anthony's cold fry, like those pizzas don't have a lot of sauce. So the cold fry pizzas in Florida are really top notch pizzas.
Yes, they are. Like, and it's true. Like, and it's just it has to be the right amount of sauce. Yeah. You can never go wrong with extra cheese. You can never go wrong, but just the right amount of sauce and also the right amount of condiment on your bread. That's one thing. The crust has to be just right, man.
By the way, great news. The reason why Bobby was wearing orange tonight had nothing to do with being a Dolphins fan. He did it so he could double dip and be a Broncos fan because now the Broncos have Patrick Surtain and Jahdae Barron. Can you believe that? Sean Payton. Can you that's your secondary?
Barron.
Jahdae Barron and Patrick Surtain. Are you kidding me? And what are your thoughts on the fact that the Steelers?
Don't fall asleep, Coach. We're almost there, Coach. Don't go to sleep yet.
By the way,
I'm good.
Bobby, what are your thoughts on skipping on Shador? I was not surprised. I don't think he's a Tomlin guy, but go look at that defense in Pittsburgh now with Derek Harmon on the line. Oh boy.
Oh, dude. I wonder how Dahl's family's doing.
In hindsight, after seeing all the D tackles being taken in the first round, how do we feel now about our pick?
Yeah,
I'm not happy still. I like the player, but they could have gotten him at 20.
No one wanted to trade down with us, man. Yes, like that's the part.
I know that.
Of course, we would have taken him at 20, but no one was going to help us for us to go down to 20.
Look, I think Miami took the top player on their board. Obviously, it started a run, right? It started a run because you Harmon, and then you had who else went off the board? There's a few guys that went off. My goodness. Anyway,
was he your consensus top DT, Bobby?
No, I think our top defensive tackle was the other.
Was Mason Graham. Mason Graham was my top.
Mason Graham, after him. So he's like your consensus top 3.
So
I think so.
The next guy off for D tackle was Kenneth Grant. Yeah.
Okay.
He was my next D tackle. He was my second ranked D tackle.
Okay. All right.
Which is fine. Again, they needed a D tackle, and it could have been BPA for them. Again, BPA for me was a different player, but that doesn't mean to me, again, very good player, could be great. We'll see how it goes down. would I made him a different pick? Of course. Doesn't matter though. This guy's an impact player. And here's the thing: he controls the double team. That's going to help your secondary. You got to address secondary. It's going to help in different facets of the game. It's a good pick. It fills a need, but it also is one of the top players in the draft. This guy was all over the board. Again, I've talked about this on the draft shows. He was talked about in the top 5. He was talked about in the 30s. No, I didn't think he was going to fall into the second. I know some people have said that. He was all over the board. So he was going to get picked wherever he was going to get picked, and we just move on with it. Yeah, I know, Rob. I saw that Gura said that a couple teams texted him and said Grant was their guy. I take everything Gura says with a very, very thin grain of salt. But sure,
especially now.
Now again, some teams trying to trade up. The Giants supposedly is trying to trade back into the first round. I saw that. I did see that where we talked about earlier that Chris Greer said that they have called a few teams about possibly moving back into the first round. We'll see how that plays in. But Shedeur Sanders gets passed on by the Steelers. So do we have any idea where Shedeur might fall? Does anybody have a team that's still on the board that could possibly take him? Do the Rams?
I predict the Rams, yeah. I predict the Rams, but I have a feeling someone's going to trade up in order to pick him up. Yeah. And by the way, have you seen the post that they put of Kenneth Grant chasing the Michigan player? I mean, the Penn State player?
Yeah. That was really funny.
It's like the reason you pick him. And he chased him like 30 yards down the field to tackle him.
Probably what I said to the group I said to Mike and Alex before, Coach Vogel and Alex before, is the fact that the person I'm happiest for, and I didn't say it earlier, is my favorite player on the team, and that's Zach Sealer. The man deserves this. Yeah. The man deserves a partner. They took away his partner, and the guy is going. How much better is Zach Sealer going to be next year with a guy like Kenneth Grant? That's the one thing. Kenneth Grant is a day one starter. So let's just get it up there. To know that you're going to walk up on that line and you have to look at a healthy Bradley Chubb, a healthy Jalen Phillips, a healthy Chopper Robinson, a healthy Kenneth Grant, and then a healthy Zach Sealer. Unfortunately, you're going to have to look at Benito Jones. That's the only thing. By the way, to get from Coach and Josh, basically the way some things I was reading, he can also play nose, right? His style, he can always play nose tackle. Kenneth Grant.
Josh, are you gonna? I know you asked me in the text there. I had to go help my daughter with something with my wife. Did you want to go ahead and while we're still waiting on picks, we got the Chargers are still on the clock. There's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Ooh, can we get a pick? Sneaky pick in?
That's interesting. Wow. They waited till the very last second to get a pick in.
Trade calls.
Yeah. Did you want to do that? Did you want to see the film today? Try to put on some film to talk about it a little bit?
We can, yeah, for sure.
Totally up to you. I mean, you could do that while we're still looking at picks, and
we gotta maneuver the view around a little bit.
Okay, I'll let you play around with it.
Do you have a preference on which one I do?
Nope.
No, you just go right ahead. Just mess around maybe with the one next to us or next to the one we're using.
Might have to do the one we're using.
That's fine. I'm Batman. I don't know why it came out that way. So I said, I'm Batman.
Alex Brown said the UFL is a good fit for Sanders.
The Dolphins had their tape ready from.
Hey, John Grunin said that Kenneth Grant is his favorite player in this draft. If anybody respects John Gruden.
Oh yeah.
Opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that makes me feel so much better.
Okay, apparently you don't. All right.
I'm kidding.
My bad, bro. My bad.
I'm kidding. No,
I'm sorry, man.
I like the player. I just he did the need thing. He was not the best player on the board, but maybe he's seeing what everyone else is seeing because Jahdae Barron went 20. Will Johnson, everyone's worried about this injury. But by the way, I could see Will Johnson following all the way to the Bills. And then and he's picking us off all season next year.
But FinStanza, you keep saying it's a reach part. All right, that's why I asked Bobby in your DT rankings. He was a second DT, right?
On the board, yeah.
On the board. He was picked as the second DT on the board on a first round that's already been 6 defensive tackles picked, and 100 edge rushers. So, the more and more I see it, and the more you start seeing film on him. What you haven't seen already, it doesn't feel like a reach to me in regards to the other defensive tackles.
So as we're waiting here, the Chargers pick is in. That's going to come out right now. For Miami Dolphin fans watching right now, we're going to take a look at some Kenneth Grant film. And Josh will go ahead and lead that point. Amarian Hampton off the board to the Chargers.
Wow.
There you go.
Great pickup. Great pickup.
Nice, dude.
That is a nice.
That's a good move.
They lost J.K. Dobbins, right?
Top
Say
10 in fantasy football.
Because who's your running backs now? I think Dobbins left. So who was
I
their
think
starting
Dobbins left, yeah.
This didn't
Yeah,
really
I don't know
happen.
who they're. I'm gonna throw the film on real quick.
Is this a? Oh yeah.
We got our boy here, Kenneth Grant.
78.
Yep, right here.
Big boy, man. Big boy. Oof.
He is a big boy. Powerful hands. You can see there. He kind of shocked the guy back a little bit.
Is he 6'5"? 6'4", 6'5"?
6'5".
And there,
6'3"?
he's
Okay.
playing that nose position right there.
Yep. He takes up a lot of room.
He does. The big thing here is you want to see him get double teamed and stay stout in that.
Yeah.
There he is, 78.
But he has some pass rush ability too, which is going to be nice. I'm
Look at
curious
his
of
motor,
where.
though.
Yeah, and I'm curious like where they're going to play him a little bit, because if he could play D end, he could play in that middle area. They have him dropping back in coverage.
Look at him
shows
dropping
his
back
athletic
there.
ability.
Yep.
Yeah, shows his athletic ability.
Man, for a 6'3", 331, he
Yeah,
can run.
Did not
Alex,
look
He can
uncomfortable.
run.
Alex, this is the film that we watched from shout out to Caddy Cutups. This is
Okay.
where the film that we watched. There's
Okay.
different games
Which we
on
have
there.
permission from Caddy Cut Ups to show this film live.
Yeah,
Thank
that's
you.
right.
Right.
It's just a FYI to everyone watching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be snitching. Snitches get stitches. But no, this is the stuff, and it's. I love this thing because it gives
YouTube.
you the top play. Yeah, this gives you the side view, and then it gives you the overall
Yeah.
view, and you get
all
so you get
22.
two chance. Yeah, I love it. I could do this all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there it is. Look, there's 78 right here.
Give me a job where all I have to do is watch film.
He's
all
held
day.
right there.
I know.
Like we go back a little bit, you can see him being held, like bear hugged, because he was breaking through.
Yeah.
And this is this here's what's interesting for those watching. This is the Texas offensive line.
Yeah.
These are
Top
draftable
offensive
guys.
line.
Cam Williams is there. Calvin Banks. These are guys that are going to be drafted or have been drafted. You know. Let me put this over here. Wife gets freaked
Sounds
out.
like someone like
Is that a microwave or something?
microwave. Yeah, that's what I was about to
Sounds
say.
like
That's my parents.
I didn't see that one. Okay, let's see what we got here. 78 right here, playing that nose tackle.
Those are my parents. Grab the microwave. The meatloaf. You know, the meatloaf. The meatloaf.
You see, we're
Yeah,
cute.
now
We
he's
don't
playing
need
that 5
meatloaf.
tech.
Like, we don't,
I kinda-
yeah, we don't need meatloaf, man.
I'm kind of interested to see if he is going to play that 5 tech because I kind of like that move out for him. Like I kind of like the idea of him playing 5 tech, and then on 4 down lineman playing the guard spot. We got him right over here. And all you really want him to do is take up space because he's going to free up more ability for your linebackers to go and do their thing, your edge rushers. And double team there.
So right now the Packers, the reason why the Chargers went down as far as they did, they were getting trade calls. The Packers are also getting calls on trades right now. So there are teams looking to move up. Obviously, we talked about the Giants trying to look to trade back into round one. You have the Dolphins.
And they know they got to move before the Rams.
Oh, the Dolphins.
especially-
Chris Greer's already on the golf course.
He has 3 people around, four people caring about Kenneth Grant.
Yeah.
If you go back, like he has 4 people
Yeah, look at that.
worrying
Look.
about Kenneth Grant.
That shows some value there.
That's what's going on. Okay, yeah. So it's going to show this again.
I have a feeling, John. Who's on the Packers? I see honestly, if the Packers with the pick is in, without Zaire Alexander there, I could see them taking Will Johnson.
They could at this point, and it's not going to be bad value
I don't.
because of where he.
I could
could've
see them
gone
with
if he was
because
healthy.
of Zaire Alexander's contract issue and all that kind of stuff with the money he's making. I could see them taking Will Johnson.
Kenneth Grant kind of moves like a 3 tech.
My prediction here: if the
He
Packers
moves very well for a big fella.
Yeah.
it's going to be either. It's either going to be Golden. I think they can go get Golden, or I think they're going to go get Will Johnson. If they make their pick.
Oof. Oof. That was impressive.
And
That's
there are
sideline to
times, though,
sideline right
when
there.
I was watching the film, there were times when I was watching the film when he did draw
Watch
my
this.
eye more
A
than
good angle.
Mason Graham. Look at the motor. Look at the motor. Look at the motor.
Yeah.
You
Look
see
at
what I'm
that
saying?
angle.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Look at
He's
that
still
FinStanza. Look at that FinStanza, you hater. You hate son of a SOB. Look at that film.
He still caught the touchdown.
Shut up, FinStanza. It's the energy, man. It's the motor.
There's 10
Come
other
on now.
people on the field. He can't do
Yeah,
it
I
all.
know.
He did
No,
his
but
job.
Evan would do that. Evan, you would do that. You'd be like, let's go. Look at the hustle. Oh, he's a bust. Bro, it's been 2 games. It's like-
By the way, that's why you love me. You love my passion.
It's only been 2 games, Evan.
Hey, if Wingate likes him, Wingate was high on chop. So in the end, got to trust his feel.
There's that pass rush ability right there.
You're happy
And look,
with
for the Packers.
Rock, you're happy
the
with
Packers.
the
the Niners
I
running
think it's a
down.
great pickup for you guys. Oh, that was just unlucky. That was a pass deflection. Go back a little bit on that one. J.J. Watt in there right there. Unfortunately, caught it, but
The Eagles are the team.
Packers are doing
The
this
Eagles.
on purpose.
The report is the Eagles are talking to Green Bay about possibly moving up here. It's the Eagles that are trying to move up.
If you're Green Bay, why would you make that trade?
Yeah. There's none.
By the way, can you imagine if Will Johnson fell to like the Eagles or something like that? I would like, oh my god, like
I
really?
bet you the Eagles when Malachi starts.
Oh god, to go with Cooper DeJean? Oh my god, that'd be not normal. Or Amenyori.
That would be dangerous because
Or Amenyori.
having 2 safeties that could come down, play the nickel.
Packers are going to make the pick. The pick is in.
Good. F the Eagles.
I love this. Like watching this film, I love this pick for Miami.
See, if you would have watched more film this year, you
know.
would have been higher. You would have made everybody feel better at the top of the pick.
But just look at the penetration.
He's a
Yeah.
good
How far
player.
in the backfield
He is going to be a great player for Anthony Weaver. I'm very happy for Anthony Weaver. I'm
Not
very happy
Anthony
for
Weaver,
that
just the Dolphins. Anthony Weaver ain't going to coach after this year. After the season's done, he'll be another
He's
coach.
stout. He doesn't
No,
get
he's-
moved.
No, he'll be the head coach by week 4.
No.
We start off
Look at
0-3.
Shed.
Hey, I would not be if we move on from McDaniel.
I
I
would
would
hire
not be
Weaver.
upset if Anthony Weaver becomes.
Wait, Bobby, what did I say when they hired Weaver? What was the first thing I said? Breaking news when we hired Weaver. What was the first thing I said? You remember?
I don't remember. No, I don't remember.
I
He's
said
the head coach.
I was so excited to have our new head coach. Right away, I called Weaver our head coach the day he was hired.
That was the first bad rep.
You saw that?
Yeah, he got into
Yeah.
The pick is in for the
alignment.
Packers. Let's see if I'm right.
Shador Sanders, get out of here.
You're full of it.
Shut up. Coach, you messing with me, man. Don't do that. There's no way, bro.
That's the NBA. They're picking and trading.
Yeah, pick a trade.
Sander will be on in a minute, broken computer or not.
Yeah, he doesn't need to see us. He just needs to talk.
Oh, okay.
What was the pick?
All right.
Let's go back.
What's the pick?
He's held right there.
Do you have the pick, Bobby? Do you have the pick? Was I right?
You're muted, Bobby. You're eating?
He's having his supper. He's having saucy pizza.
No, I was chewing on a piece of ice. The Matthew Golden from Texas.
Great,
What did
great
they-
pick.
Yeah, that's a
Great
great
pick.
selection.
What did I say? What did I say? We're gonna
Let's go
take?
back to this.
Johnson
Let's,
or what? Rewind the tape. What did I say?
let's
We're
go.
watching tape right now. You talking about this tape?
Let's watch
Oh,
this.
they would take Matthew Golden.
This is 100% why you took this guy, and it's
You said
not,
2 guys. Don't act like you said 1 guy.
I said Jonathan or Golden. One on offense, one on defense.
Hey, FinStanza, we're trying to prove to you why this is a good
Look,
pick.
look how stout
No,
this
it's
guy
like-
is against a double team. Doesn't get moved back.
Yeah, that leverage is ridiculous. He plants his feet, and it's like pushing against a wall. Look at that. Look, 2 guys. Look.
What?
Still
Oh,
picked
but
up 6
it's
yards.
still a
Still picked
reach.
up-
It's
still
still a
picked up
reach,
6 yards.
guys. Like
I
we
don't
should
think
have
it is.
gone a DT. We
Still
should
picked
have
up
gone
6 yards.
a holder for.
Got Dick Atia Chisca now. It's still a reach. It's like
Can you believe the Vikings only have 4 picks in the entire draft? Where'd they trade all these picks to? They have 4 picks. By the way, can I ask you a question? What
You were
with Matthew
going
Golden,
to anyway.
No, let me ask you. With Matthew Golden, what do you think Aaron Rodgers is thinking right now with all these wide receivers they picked over the years? Christian Watson and Romeo Dobbs and Matthew Golden. They never picked a wide receiver.
They never picked a wide receiver in the first round.
They take wide receiver after wide receiver after wide receiver. Jordan Love has a plethora of people to throw to now. A plethora. It's amazing. Awesome.
I see watching that. I would think moving Grant to DN, not playing him at the nose would be the best spot, just because you give him the flexibility to do a little bit more, use his pass rush.
Yeah.
One thing I saw he loves to do is just jump up and try and swat the ball. It gives him more of that ability.
How is he against the run? Because Wilkins wasn't
stout.
Yeah,
he's stout against the run, which what we need.
He's not.
Is he better than Wilkins? Does he have a better? When you compare him to Wilkins, does he have a better runway? A greater runway?
I think they're two different players. Wilkins more of that pass rusher. I think what you're getting with Grant is more of that run stopper with pass rush ability. With Wilkins, you got like that pass rusher who attempted to stop the run.
I'll tell you, dude, this draft the first round's been going by fast, man. Like I'm loving this. They just been moving and moving and moving.
Stager's very happy. 23 years it took, and it's glorious. He's very happy.
I just don't know how I feel about Golden as a prospect.
What are you doing?
He's answering a question. He's just talking about Golden. What do you mean what he's doing?
Yeah.
Kenneth, that was surprised.
Sorry, Coach. Damn.
You know who's the most surprised?
He's freaking out right now. Let me figure out what you need.
Coach, like, what are you doing? I was talking about Golden. Damn. Shut up, Josh.
Sorry for my opinion.
Yeah. Like, just zip it, bro. This is a show. What? Okay.
Oh, my gosh.
It's been 23 years since the Packers last took a wide receiver in the first round.
Who was it? Sterling Sharp?
No. I'll have to look.
Sterling Sharp. Donald Driver. Donald Driver?
Maybe.
I think he was a second round pick.
Or Greg Jennings? Was it Greg Jennings?
Was it Joe? Joe
Probably.
Mama? Just playing. Lame. Screw you guys.
Damn, don't talk about
Nobody
my mama
laughs.
like that.
Whatever.
Vikings pick is in.
Javon Walker.
Oh, Walker, yeah.
That's old.
2002. Yeah. 20th overall out of Florida State. That's a long time. So who's still on the board? Best available with the pack. Flores. Can you see? I can see Flores taking Will Johnson, can't you?
I think Will Johnson could slip into the second round.
No, but you see Brian Flores because I think they go. I think they might go offense here.
I think you could very easily see Will Johnson slip into the second.
Or Mignori. Or I could see an Emignori, a Starks go now.
Will Johnson has an injury history. He gets beat on double moves a lot.
Would you take Hairston over him?
I haven't watched Hairston.
I don't know. I have a feeling they can go.
If Will Johnson falls into the second round, I wouldn't be mad at a trade up to get him. It's just that injury history again. Even in the top of the second, it's a scary, because look, if you look at Sharon Revel, East Carolina, he has an injury thing, but if he wasn't, he might be in the top 5 there, top 10. Evan brought up Xavier Watts out of Notre Dame. I like him a lot too. But Trey Amos, Thomas out of Florida State, Morrison. Who's beeping? Oh, MVP. Let's get her in here, man. We got Miss Finn's in the house. What's up, girl?
Let's go, Miami Dolphins fans. Are you happy?
We were just watching the film, girl. Tell us, what are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Oh, I absolutely did not like this pick. Just kidding. I am so happy For the first time, the Dolphins actually make a pick. I want it. I'm very happy. I am so stoked because I really did not want Benito Jones to be again our nose tackle. Kenneth Grant's gonna be a perfect guy right up the middle to stop the run from these QBs. He's gonna be a disruptor, and if we can put pressure in the pockets of quarterbacks right up the middle, that's gonna be so amazing, which is gonna help out our edges and everything. So I'm looking forward to him being a day one starter. I think he's gonna take the job from Benito Jones. I don't care what anybody tells me.
Oh, yeah,
And to me, I am so happy. The only thing I wish would have happened is that we traded back. But I was saying earlier, I had a feeling we weren't gonna be able to, and we were gonna get stuck having to make a pick. And I had about 5 guys, and I'm like, if any of these guys we pick, I'll be perfectly fine. And this one was definitely one of them, and I'm so happy that we got him. I'm so happy. So happy.
I think you're right on the money with that point right there. Like, I don't hate it. I like it. I like him. Again, I'm with you though. I think like if trading back, I would have felt better, a lot more better with it. But again, what he does, we were just watching the film, double teams, big motor. This guy doesn't stop. I mean, the pass rush ability. And what he does for everyone around you, what he's going to do not only for Zach Sealer, but what he's going to do for Chop and Jalen Phillips, what he's going to do for was there a breaking news? It says the Giants are trading back into the first round. The Houston Texans are trading with the Giants. So there you go. It's just Shedeur Sanders.
Yeah.
Wow.
Stop.
The Vikings.
The Giants are just.
Is it gonna be?
Donovan Jackson
Vikings
just went
go.
too.
The Vikings went guard. Donovan Jackson at Ohio State.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Pick. That's a great pick.
That's a good pick. So, but here we go. So this could be the Shedeur Sanders pick.
Stop. Oh God, that'd be crazy. Okay.
Someone had
Shedeur Sanders in New York. Wow.
I think that's the best spot for Sanders. He can
media
for New York.
I was going to say he matches the energy.
Yeah, exactly.
Dable's set. Dable's not going to lose his job no matter what happens this year with Wilson.
The national media in New York is not going to affect him.
No, not at all. He's going to be bigger than the New York media, if we're going to be honest. I mean,
he'll probably feed into it a little bit more than what anyone would.
He's the one. He's the one quarterback primed for it.
Yep.
Yeah, 1,000%. 1,000%.
We'll see if that's the pick.
Coach Vogel?
What's up, girl? How you doing?
Good, man. I'm happy with this pick. Oh, yeah. Very happy with this pick. I know some people were upset, but you cannot. If nobody wants to trade up with you, there's nothing you can do. You got to take the guy that's there that you know you need. This was a major need, and I'm glad that we got him.
And again, what I was saying was what he does for Zach Sealer, what he does for Chop, what he does for Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb, and what he does for the secondary. You know, it's a ripple effect. What he's been able to do. What are you going to say, Evan?
Do you think that the Giants moved up to either take Jackson Dart or Shedeur Sanders because the Rams are picking next?
Yes.
Yep.
100%.
It's Jackson Dart. I know Josh. Because Josh, your mock draft. Would you take Dart or would you take?
Wait, is Dart the pick?
No.
No.
I said, would you take Dart over
They're
Sanders?
Showing Dart.
Quarterback.
Who's showing Dart?
ESPN is showing Dart.
Oh, they're not.
Yeah, I saw him hugging people.
I feel like Dart is Danny Dimes all over again.
But I'll say this: it would be nuts if Dart goes ahead of Shedeur. I feel like that's gonna send everybody like, what's going on? He's being I don't know if you guys remember the movie Draft Day. He's being Bo Callahan right now. Like he is straight up Bo Callahan right now. Like,
so
holy smokes.
The Texans 425 got 34.99 and a third round pick for 2026.
Oh, that's rich. That's pretty rich.
So I'm looking at the trade value chart because we were asked what we would have to do to get back up into the. So let me pull that up.
CPS gives Miami a B. We're getting B+ grades, except for PFN. Kenneth Grant's a B+.
Nobody gives a shit about PFF.
PFN. Not
Oh,
PFF. PFN.
No one gives a shit about
PFF, PFN, PFS. Who gives a shit? They all suck. No.
You're supposed to say like Lakers in 5, aren't you?
That's right. Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah, sorry. That's what I meant. That's the same.
Would you have been happy? Would you have been happier with a Jahdae Barron or to replace a corner, or are you? That was your pick at 13. You're happy with Kenneth Grant over a Jahdae Barron, or would you have been okay with the Jahdae Barron?
Who are your top 5 guys, Miss Finn?
Show mute. Miss Finn, the question was for you. Can she hear us?
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
Oh, she got something going on in the background.
Okay.
Ooh.
Sorry, I was like listening to it to see.
Who were your top 5? Who were your top 5 who were left on the board when you were waiting for the pick? Like, who would you have been? If it wasn't Kenneth Grant, who else were your top couple picks you would have been happy with?
So for me, obviously, we all know the major needs that we have. We need a starting corner. Heck, we need 2 starting corners. In my opinion, we still need 2 starting safeties. I don't care what Christopher Greer says. We still need defensive tackle, opposite of Zeeler. Thank you. We still need a guard. We still need a left tackle. So, looking at the players that were available for where we were gonna be at, either Starks or Emawari were definitely one of the guys I was looking to in that position. As far as corner, what's his name? Jahdae Barron out of Texas.
Yeah,
that was one of them that I was looking into.
That's my dude.
Who else? Great. If he wasn't taken, Gray Zabel was one of the guys I was looking into that I would have been okay with, as well. If he wasn't taken, obviously he was, but if he wasn't taken, like Kelvin Banks Jr. Wait. That's who we got. Kenneth Grant is who we got. But Kelvin Banks Jr. is the other one that I was looking at that I thought, okay, maybe he might be available at that point. So those were pretty much the guys that I was looking into. Will Johnson, I know a lot of people were talking about Will Johnson. I just had a injury concern with him, and I didn't feel too comfortable.
That's a Chris Greer pick.
It's so funny. Let me
It
just say,
is super Chris Greer pick, which is what I didn't want.
I just want to say, Miss Fins and I have not done a show or have not spoken in a little bit, but everything she's saying, it's like we have, because I'm a Jahdae Barron guy. I like Will Johnson, but the injury stuff really scared me. Like, so a lot of the stuff you were saying, it's like, girl, I mean, man, we could have been doing something too. Like, we would have been right on the same boat. The pick is in, and supposedly the Falcons are also trading back into round 1. That's being reported right now. The Falcons might be trading back into round 1.
All these aggressive GMs. Where are the Dolphins? Where are the Dolphins?
Man, I think
he's been calling.
If the Rams traded down,
after the Giants here.
What are you saying, Alex?
If the Rams traded down, that means that probably Sanders continues to fall. Yeah. Because if they go dart, if Giants go dart, Sanders are going to continue to fall.
Oh my God! I can't believe this! Holy
Jackson Dart goes to New York Giants.
Didn't I call it?
It's reported that Brian Daboll wanted Dart. He got his quarterback.
Because it reminds me of Josh Allen.
I told you Dart was going to go ahead of Sanders.
You did. Now you're like you're 20-something.
I asked you the question. Josh, I asked you the question.
Oh my God!
When they moved up, I asked you the question.
Yeah, I felt like it was going to be Sanders. This screams Danny Dimes all over again.
But let me just say, when I started watching the film for this year's draft, and I right away had a lower grade on Sanders. It raised a little bit as I continued watching, but a lot of people are like, that's crazy. There's no way. I'm like, man, hey, everyone has an opinion. Everybody has a view, whatever you think. But I did not see a number 1 overall pick. I did not see a top 10 pick. He has a second round grade. My paper, my board that we have. I think he's a third round grade in our board, but in mine second. But it's just validation. Atlanta just traded down. Yeah, just traded up with who? Who did they trade up with?
They're going to take a quarterback again.
With Rams.
Yeah. See. Oh my gosh! Can you imagine?
I could see Campbell or Green going here.
But holy smokes, I can't believe I.
What does Atlanta need?
I could see them go. I could see them going Jahad Campbell or Mike Green.
I can't believe Malachi Starks has fallen this far.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Maybe they feel like
Miami will scoop up
They're
and pick
looking
him
at
up.
last. Josh, you want to know why?
I don't know if it'll last till
They're
48.
forgetting
but-
about what happened 2 years ago. They're looking at how he played this year. That's what they're
Yeah,
doing.
but look at the entire defense. Like
I agree. But that's what people said. But remember the year Channing Tindall went? Everyone said, "Oh, Channing Tindall's going to be great. He was on that defense."
If you watch Tyndall's tape, like you saw just a straight line guy that needs to be put
of course,
in.
but people don't want. But the problem is it's recency bias with Malachi Stark.
Malachi Starks,
he's raw.
He can
He's
play
raw.
anywhere. He can play anywhere.
Yeah. Anthony, because I see he said, Miss Finch, you already gave up on Patrick Paul. We just left. We just drafted him last year. Yeah. I might be 1,000% honest with you, man. We need a left tackle.
Oh, this is a big trap.
Period. We need a starting left tackle.
They give up a lot.
I don't think he's
gave
ready
up?
yet to really be the starter.
Bobby, did you read the trade yet for the
For
Falcons?
what?
The Falcons.
No, I didn't.
The Rams are 2025 first round pick. The Falcons get and a 2025 third round, and the Rams get a 2025 second round, which is 46. A 2026 first round pick.
Damn.
2025 seventh round pick, which means they're not picking again till 46. They don't want Sanders. They have no interest in Sanders. They're backing way out of the first round.
I mean, they could trade back up.
Yeah, but
some
they're
way,
not-
but not doing that.
They wanted
Yeah,
the 26 pick. I think they can go get.
But again, they get that first round for next year.
Correct. The quarterback class is way better.
Yeah.
Correct.
And the Rams, they don't need a quarterback today.
No, they don't. Wow.
Jackson Dart.
Hey guys, love y'all. I gotta head out. Put
Yeah,
my son to
enjoy.
sleep.
You're
Love
not
you guys.
smart.
We'll
I
see
put
where
my
Sanders
kids to bed
falls.
3 hours ago.
All right, Alex.
Wow.
Oh,
Irresponsible father I am.
All right, Alex. Go ahead, bro.
Take
Love
care,
you, man. Talk to you later,
Love
bro.
guys.
Wait.
Bye-bye.
How? Oh. Yeah. So, what do you think, guys? Where do you think they go? What position do you think they go? I think they go
Falcons.
I could see them going edge.
I don't
You
know.
guys
They
are
got
not
Jalen
going to
Walker.
believe. I got the pick.
Don't tell.
Wow.
Miss Finns is teasing. Hold on. She says
She's
the
tipping
pick was in.
picks.
She's shot.
Is Harrison calling you, Bobby?
Wow.
Yeah, Harrison's on the phone 'cause
Y'all
he's
are
a
not
dart
going to
guy.
believe this. What's up, Tati?
They gave up a lot.
They did give up a lot. They gave up next year's first for this position.
I don't
They
know.
It's a Raheem Morris type of pick, though. Right? It's a Raheem Morris.
I'm waiting to see
By the
what
way,
the
Raheem
Packers
Morris
do
made
to
the pick with the
Falcons
Rams. He
pick.
made it with his former team. Right?
There's no way.
James Pierce Jr., ladies and gentlemen. Edge.
Oh, the edge rusher out of Tennessee. Okay, that's not a
That's
bad
not a
pick.
bad pick.
All right.
It's a good pick, but to trade at next year's
That was
first.
Yeah, Tennessee
lot
the edge
to
rusher.
That's
To
a
trade up
lot
for him.
to
Yeah, that's
give
kind of
up.
crazy.
Yeah, Philly
The Falcons traded back.
as a Philly pick right there. They want to get ahead of Philly before they took him.
Grew up a Carolina Panthers fan, loved Luke Kuechly and Cam Newton.
By the way, can you imagine? I know you want to get rid of Benito Jones, but can you just imagine Benito Jones and Kenneth Grant? Zach Sealer is gonna look up to he's going like I'm small compared to these two dudes.
Oh yeah,
That's a lot of beef on the line. That's a lot of beef.
So because I prefer to have Grant in the nose tackle position, do we move Benito Jones to the
Where'd you
left
put it?
side?
I think you move Grant to the left side just because of his athletic ability. You're not going to get that ability from Benito Jones.
It's true, but
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Benito Jones.
Here's the thing. You run a 3-4, but once you go into that nickel, you're going to be running a 4-man front. So that's when you're going to move him inside, play that nose guard, and go. So he's going to move around.
By the way, Josh, with a Kyle Hamilton in that secondary, do the Ravens have room for Malachi?
Yeah.
Can you
100%.
imagine Kyle Hamilton and Malachi Starks?
Yeah, like the ability you can
That's
do.
a Malachi Starks place to go.
Oh, it's 100%. But
it's
what
If
you
they
can
got
do
him,
with your
that'd be
secondary.
amazing.
Or
I
Xavier
call
Watts.
Malachi Starks here. I call Malachi Starks here.
No,
you can-
Xavier Watts here is way too high.
And
way
three.
too high.
Pair him with Kyle Hamilton. College
Yeah,
teammate.
but it's still way too high to
Both
pick
are
him
ball
here.
hawks.
Well, the thing is, like, you could run out of your base with Malachi Starks and Kyle Hamilton because both can play nickel.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about that, and you just go cover one and go.
Gotta love the Dolphin fans. I think we'll never be happy with the pick.
Ever.
No.
Most people love
I'm
the half people love
excited.
it.
I do have to.
So
we the viewers have been consistent today. Like we're going through this. We've been at what 263 for how long?
Yeah.
Appreciate
Between
it.
social
Yeah,
media
we
and
appreciate
YouTube and
the
everything.
love.
Appreciate everyone tuning in right now, watching the FTSN live draft coverage show, round 1, sponsored by Caneswear. And for those who are watching, one lucky person will get a $25 gift card for episode 1, and tomorrow another one, and then episode 3 on Saturday. Somebody
you
watch and
imagine?
pick one lucky winner.
If you're Kenneth Grant and you hear Chris Greer's voice on the other side, you go, shit, you must be saying shit. Like, oh, I have to listen to this guy. Like,
I mean, you're living in Miami. I'm fine with that.
I just want to hear that guy's voice on the phone. Ross is they're showing the video now, the call, Bobby, and you see Greer, you see Ross sitting there with the biggest grin on his face. McDaniel looks like looks like the errand boy in his 3-piece suit, collecting coffee.
No love
for this team. McDestroyer. Oh yeah, Miss Finns, you haven't been on, so we might as well waiting for the pick. The whole thing going through the social media today with Ramsey and a lot of the veterans, and the fact that these guys, the reason why the Ramsey wants out is McDaniel. He can't deal with McDaniel, can't get along with McDaniel. What are your thoughts on the fact that the big story going around Dolphins land now is the fact that the veterans, not just this year, last year maybe X. You can look at other players who have left over the last number of years, maybe even Wilkins. Like, people don't want to play for McDaniel. They don't like the way he coaches. Your thoughts?
I almost don't even want to say I am not. I told you so. I want to say more like I'm not surprised at all.
Okay.
I even said it when we got him initially. I'm like, who? I don't even think this. I mean, when things hit the fan, is this guy gonna have the strength to tell grown man, "Hey, you need to tighten up, and I need you to do this." Blah 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 blah. And I never believed that, not 1 second. And that was my problem. We went from having the most undisciplined team, the most penalized team under Adam Gase. Everybody was running amok. And we're like, oh my God, we need some sort of we need some structure, something. Here comes, the heavens opened up. We finally bring in someone with a structure, multiple Super Bowl winning defensive coach in Brian Flores. He's going to bring structure the Patriot way, even though I hate the Patriots, but whatever. Bring it in here. Let's make it happen. Let's get some structure. We went from the most penalized to the least penalized team. We literally had a 10-6 because we hadn't had 17 games yet. 10-6 the first year, 9-8 the second year. Went 0-7 and we're able to go ahead and win the next 7 games. So we went through a lot of adversity, but one thing that we had structure. You can't talk to people that way. And then after that, we're going to go ahead and fire the only guy with Super Bowl rings because, we know more than the dude that's won Super Bowls, but what do we know, right? We're going to fire him to go get someone literally nobody wanted. And then we're surprised 3 years later, 4 years later, I can't be here, man.
I love you.
Finding people nobody cares. Show up late for no reason. Man, this team is such a hot mess.
By the way,
stand it.
I love this, Bobby. Bobby, she warms my heart. This made my night because you see what my Nick McDestroyer, the guy's ruined my life. And by the way, guys, the pick is in.
Yep.
I think we all should just become Raven fans.
Wow.
We all better become Raven fans right quick.
Did they get him?
They got him. Dang. Oh my God. 7th, and they got a player that should have gone in the top 15.
Oh my! I
Who?
need to hear this.
Just wait.
Oh. Okay.
Bobby doesn't know what he said about.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Act like you know me, bro. Cut your crap, man.
No, this defense is going to be unreal.
It's not
Is it
fair.
Malachi? Is it Malachi?
Yeah, it's Malachi.
It's Malachi.
You see,
We
so I
were
went
just
9.
talking about him.
You don't have to go after your base. You can just play base defense. Have all your starters out there.
Yeah, but
go.
let's be honest. What have the Ravens had the biggest holes in the last 4 years has been their secondary, not even their D-line, their secondary. They've always had injured players in that secondary, and that's one of the main reasons why when it came to the big games, they were giving up touchdowns. Now they finally got Malachi Starks, who I think out of Georgia is going to be a perfect pairing, just like we were talking about 2 seconds ago. Like,
stud.
Man, congratulations, young man. To the it almost hurts. It hurts seeing all the teams.
Coach Vogel
It's
with the
so
ultimate
much better.
tweet about trade odds.
Pete pissed me off.
What was his tweet?
Some of you don't understand how trades work. They work both ways. If you want to move back in the draft and nobody wants to trade with you, you can't trade back. So you take the best value on the board. Dude is a baller. I love it.
I mean,
I love it. Oh man.
You see all these people that are complaining, oh, we should have traded back. We should have traded back. You can't. Nobody wants to trade with you.
Why don't they? Yeah, but why don't they want to trade with you? You have lots of picks. Why don't they want to trade with the Dolphins? Why not?
Who else traded up?
It's not the
First
Dolphins.
trade that we've had was
Wait.
There's been
Why
four
do you
trades.
why do you think, Evan? Why do you think they don't want to trade up?
McDaniels.
I want to work with Chris Greer.
He has a country club. McDaniels country club environment.
I don't want to work with because they whatever Greer because Greer, people can read Greer from a mile away. Greer knew like Greer was thinking because in Greer's mind, people didn't want to move. He still was going to take his pick. I think Greer knew he could probably get his pick 3-4 picks later, but no one wanted to do it because they know no one's going to take your pick anyways. People can read him. He said,
they weren't interested in anybody above.
Tell the person, I want to take Kenneth Grant. I think he'll be there in 4 picks. He probably told him. He probably showed his cards before he.
Which is dumb because apparently, though, hold on, because I was told tonight that the Dolphins got a call right after we picked them that from 3 other teams that said that was going to be their pick.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what she said. Did you believe Greer?
That's what I was told.
Who would you have traded back with?
Me, I actually want to trade back with the Colts. I think that was the first one that I would have traded back with. The other one was the Steelers. I feel like the Steelers would have been a good pick for us. And then they would have been because I honestly thought they were going to go quarterback more than anything else.
They did not.
I did not think they were going to go and pick. Who did they end up picking again? They went. Did they go edge? I think it was edge.
Who was it?
They went the
Edge,
kid from
right?
Oregon.
DN or DN.
Oh, defensive tackle. You're right. So I just didn't expect them to go DT in that pick. So that's why I thought they would have been a good partner for us. But
freaking ball.
I don't know. This is
Who do the Lions take? I don't see O lineman that they don't have to go O lineman yet because I know they have to replace Zeitler. But do you see them going? Jahad Campbell here, Mike Green. You think you can go Amenyori?
Campbell would be nice.
Campbell would be nice there, right? Bobby, is there anyone in the draft left in the first? Is there anyone left that you would trade up into the first round to actually go get? If you see Will Johnson still sitting there, Jahad or Amenyori still sitting there, do you trade up into the first round, or we're done?
No, I'm still exploring a trade up. There's
no way on God's green earth that Christopher Aloysius Greer III is going to trade up into the first round. It's not gonna happen, boys. It's not.
Never.
Okay.
He asked
Let's
me a
be honest.
question. He said, "Would I do it? Is there anybody I do it for?"
Oh.
Yes, I would. I would. Yes, I would.
Oh man, I love Dan Campbell, man.
I know.
I was so mad when we let him go. I'm like, but I'm happy for him. I'm really happy for him. He's a phenomenal coach. Oh man. But yeah, no, I don't.
Who did they take?
We're gonna do a smart move. What? No, this is not
Really? What the heck? Really? Wow.
Who did they pick?
Oh my God! This is you'll see. But no, this is they. I don't know what they were doing here.
I bet you we like the pick.
No, not on the big board. I don't think they ever. I don't think they ever. You guys ever talked about this guy in the first round?
Supposedly they showed the Ravens' entire big board on ESPN. Good.
But this is but I could see like the Lions don't care. The Lions will go whoever they want.
Yeah, they take good players. They don't care where they take them.
Even if you think it's early. Who would you take here? For
Wow, what a
Probably-
pick.
Probably defensive tackle.
Oh, Tyreek Williams. Okay.
Tyreek Williams.
Yeah, but there's a lot of players like on the draft board who were rated. much
Yeah,
higher.
but again,
Yeah, that's
what's
It's
their
their
draft
board.
board? It's
Their
their
draft
draft board.
Yeah, but where did you have him as a defensive tackle left on the board? Did you have Alexander, or did you have TJ Sanders? Did you have TJ Sanders? Did you have like D tackles like that, or Shamar Turner, players like that ahead of him?
Shamir Turner.
Like Tyreek Williams was more of a mid second rounder.
Yeah, but
Right?
to them, he was.
No,
their
not to
top.
them. I'm saying as an overall grade. What did you have a grade for him, or you didn't have a grade for him?
Josh, did you do a grade on him, or what
I
did you
did
think
not.
of him?
Ty
Did you talk about
Sanders.
him?
T.I.
I didn't
Sanders, I
watch
think, was probably rated higher than him, in my
I think
opinion.
Alexander was also rated higher than him. Darius Alexander.
We'll see. I mean,
6'3".
But we've
324.
learned this the last couple drafts that the Lions don't give a shit. They're going to draft their people.
And they've hit
Yeah.
on their guys, so I'm
And
not
they've
going to
hit on every pick that
I
they.
trust
Remember when they
them.
took Jack Campbell at what was it? Jack Campbell at 17, and he was like a mid-second rounder.
Doesn't matter.
Jack Campbell. No, I'm saying he worked out well for them.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sam Laporta, mid-second rounder. They took him.
Yep.
I think Tyreek was looked as like a second round guy, like end
Yeah.
of the first, like take him.
Yeah.
Like you're at the point of like you're looking at second round guys and finding out who's the guy you want, and because there's no first round guys on the board right now.
I could see like what do the Commanders need? Defense.
They maybe edge. Let's look at their team.
They don't need to replace. Did they replace Jonathan Allen? I don't think they replaced Jonathan Allen. Did they?
No. Javon Kinlaw.
Huh?
Javon Kinlaw.
Okay.
They
I
can,
can see them also going D tackle here too, right?
they can go DN.
Wake up, coach! Don't go to sleep. You're almost there.
Safety.
He
They can go safety here.
Yeah, I
Safety's
could see
big.
I could
Safety's big in Dan Quinn's.
I could see
defense.
Amenyori going here. I can see
Um,
this is a good place for Amenyori.
Maybe a corner. It's probably secondary.
Buffalo's gonna get Will Johnson.
I said that hours ago.
That's so funny.
I can see that so happening.
Will Johnson could go here. I don't think Will Johnson would be the pick for Dan Quinn. Trey Amos could be the pick. Big body guy.
Of course, Baltimore gets Malachi starts. That's why they're Baltimore.
The rich get richer.
Mm-hmm.
kind of liking the board for Philly right now.
Oh boy.
I hope. Oh, I would love for Will Johnson to go to Philly.
Oh, that would literally make me vomit.
To go where?
I said a couple hours ago that imagine Will Johnson just falls to Philly. Falls to Philly.
I think injury history jumps a lot.
But I thought Vic Fangio doesn't like rookie corners.
Not when their name is Cam Smith.
Honestly, unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh my God, Malachi Starks won the lottery tonight. That guy. I get to go play with Kyle Hamilton. Really?
Listen,
I'm not even the focus of the secondary.
The Ravens. I mean, they definitely are one of the teams that won the draft for sure.
Oh, 100%.
For sure.
100%. In a while, they haven't. It's still on the clock, Washington, or the pick is in.
Yeah, Rams and Cleveland.
Commercial, still commercial.
I love it. These guys get to realize their dreams. It's really beautiful. I hope my brother gets the opportunity to do it too. So,
by the way, looking at the players still available, there's going to be a lot of good players left in the second round.
I think there's going to be a lot of trades tomorrow too.
Early second I think is going to be bananas.
A lot of trades.
Bobby, can you see that? Josh, do you see a lot of people jumping into the second round?
Yeah, but
trading up in the second round.
Yeah, because there's a lot of players still on the board. Jahad Campbell.
100%.
30 and 29. Jahad Campbell's still there. Mike Green is still there. I mean, Yori's still there. Will Johnson's still there. There's a lot of players still there that people that had a first round grade.
Let's see. The Eagles, did they ever trade up? No, they didn't trade up, did they?
No.
Yeah,
I know that they score traded.
Could Henderson?
They traded down with the moronic Chris Greer.
Think Henderson could be the pick here too?
Could you believe we should have stayed at 3 and taken Jamar Chase? Or we should have stayed at 12. What were we thinking?
That was 5 years ago, man. Drop it, man. Ain't nobody talking about that.
We're still suffering.
Let it go, man.
That was the worst trade in draft history.
No, it wasn't. Stop it.
Oh, yes, it was. 3-12 back.
Deion Jordan.
No, you were at 3.
I like Deion Jordan.
You went down to 12.
That's a good pick. Josh Connerly.
There you go.
Huh.
They really
the worst trade in draft.
They want to protect Jaden Daniels with Laramie Tunsil, Josh Connerly.
Josh Simmons injury.
Isn't Michael Dieter on that line? Where's Michael Dieter? They're not even reacting. They're not very happy in Washington. There was almost no reaction from the Commander fans. What? Who's this guy? They don't know who Josh Connerly is.
But he's actually pretty good. He's actually pretty good.
Yeah, but they didn't seem very excited at the draft.
Ooh.
Are we concerned about Josh?
I don't know about
injury?
that one.
No, I see.
I
by
think
the way,
they are.
I think it's time for Emin. I think now Buffalo might. I see Eminyori or
they need
or Johnson right off the board. They're unbelievable. This Buffalo Bills team.
They're gonna go Eminyori if
Ravens and the Bills. The Ravens and the Bills took 3 players. I would have been happy at 13 with. What? I would have been okay with Johnson injury history or bust. I would have been happy with Eminyori. I would have been happy with all these picks, and the Buffalo's going to get him. I'm about to get a text from Greg, knowing him freaking out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. The Bills.
3 more picks.
The Bills and the Ravens and the Chiefs and the Eagles didn't even have to move, and they're going to get a great player.
If the Bills
pick
in,
Tyreek Williams again, and you
but Josh Simmons, by the way, do you think that they took Connerly because didn't Simmons have a bad injury?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is that a big issue for him? Is he going to keep falling?
That's a big issue. That's why Simmons is dropping.
Maybe. Did you watch Simmons, Bobby?
I'm just looking now.
Does he play both? Can he play guard? Can he play guard?
That's what I'm wondering.
Injuries, man, injuries.
But that's perfect for Chris Greer. Come on, we know that.
I know.
We know this. Unbelievable.
Did they really take
Can
him?
you imagine also if Jahad Campbell ends up on the Eagles? Like they're gonna have they're gonna have Jahad Campbell, Eminyori, Will Johnson. Like the next 3 picks, they're getting first rounders. Like they're getting true mid-level first rounders, injury or not. Unbelievable. By the way, that's 7 O linemen in the first round. That's a lot of O linemen
In a weak O line class.
in a week O line class. Vogel, what do you think of that? Or are you asleep? You like the fact that 7 O line. This is an O line in a very weak defensive tackle O line draft, Bobby. You're talking how many linemen have gone? That's insane. So maybe
the Commanders going Connolly. You know, they traded for Tunzel. Now they took Connolly. So they're really. You see that? Look what they're doing. They're shoring up that offensive line for Jaden Daniels, man.
I think Conley's going to be a guard.
Yeah.
Plug him out the guard. Pick is in for Buffalo. Let's see.
11, 12 of the 29 picks are in the trenches. 12 of the 29 picks have been in the trenches. That's crazy.
That makes me happy.
People are thinking the Eagles. They're thinking like the Eagles.
The pick is in. Buffalo.
I can't believe they actually have such nice offices.
Or Sanders, Colorado quarterback.
By the way, I can't believe they actually have nice digs in Buffalo. Have you ever been to Buffalo?
Stephon Diggs? Is he in Buffalo?
No, Stephon Diggs is with the...
I thought that's what you said.
No. He said Shedeur Sanders.
No, you just said they have nice digs in Buffalo. What are you talking about?
They have nice digs in Buffalo.
Oh, I think you said Stephon
Have you ever
Diggs.
been to Buffalo?
No, I don't want to.
I put it to you this way.
Liquor stores.
I've driven through. I enjoy your state. I would move to your state before I'd move to Wilmington before.
Did you say you enjoy his steak?
Don't move to Wilmington.
His state. His state.
Steak. Oh, his steak. Oh, I was like, what? I was like,
steak.
I enjoy your steak.
Wilmington. Is that where you went through Wilmington?
No, I've driven through Delaware a few times because I drive to Florida, so I stop in there. And
yeah.
Sometimes I forget if I'm in Maryland or I'm in Delaware. I don't know where I am half the time.
Wilmington's like a suburb of Philly.
I know that. I know.
It's not good.
I know. Who would be? Can they take like someone way off the board? Like, can they just take someone no one wants, please?
They're gonna take
like someone like Jahad Campbell. They're gonna take Eminyori. They're gonna take Will Johnson. Like, can they take like JT Tiamalau or Queshon Jet? Can they take someone low like Jordan Burks? Can they just go way down in the draft? Take DJ Sanders. Fine, no problem. Who are they taking? Unbelievable. Oh, this is gonna be a long. Who's coming up with a pick? Slow moving.
Shut up.
What? What did I say?
Jeez. A Make-A-Wish kid.
Oh, God.
Jeez.
I didn't even know he that. Says, who's coming to be slow moving?
Jeez.
Way to go, Canadian bacon.
Goodness.
I was waiting. I swear to God.
No wonder we sent you tariffs.
You guys took them back, and we kept ours. No, I swear to God, the guy wasn't even at the door yet. I'm
Shut up, bro.
Jeez.
He's going. He goes, who's making the pick? Slow moving. Like, shut. He's just like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Put some WD-40. No, Evan, shut up. It's like, don't do it. Maxwell Horston.
Wow, Maxwell Harrison.
There you go. So they go defensive back.
Maxwell.
Okay, that's okay. I'm okay with that.
I think he's an all-pro in the future.
Yeah, he's a good pick, man.
Yeah, but I'm okay with that pick. That doesn't bother me.
Well, he was dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, he did, right?
He
Yeah,
was
look at that.
dressed for the occasion. Look at that outfit.
Was he the last one in the green room?
No, dude. The Jalen Milroe is there. He was
Oh,
invited.
Milroe's there?
Paisley jacket.
Shador Sanders stayed home. He's doing his
Wasn't
thing. At home.
Harrison one of the wasn't he?
Trades pick to Philadelphia. Whoa, Kansas City traded their pick to Philadelphia. What? Eagles are on the clock. What?
Who traded
Eagles
their
on the clock. What?
They traded up one spot.
Yeah,
That is so dumb. But
Didn't Harrison?
whatever.
Didn't
they
Harrison?
think?
Wasn't Harrison like the fastest at the combine? Wasn't he one of the fastest at the combine?
That doesn't
Didn't he
make
run like a
sense.
4.28 or something like that? Like I remember watching the combine. Didn't he run like super fast?
Who?
Maybe super fast. Maybe not super fast. Maybe super
Super fast, not super slow.
Could this be Matthew Golden or like?
No, he got took. Matthew Golden took 2.
Oh,
Yeah, Golden got picked already.
who would Kansas City want that the Philadelphia would want?
I can see secondary. I can see Amenyori.
Corner, yeah, right.
Amenyori or Johnson now. By the way, if I'm Kansas City, I go.
Trey Amos.
I need another wide receiver.
I keep thinking Trey Amos could be the next corner off the board. I mean, I was wrong because Maxwell went, but
Well, Robert Griffin III loves the Dolphins pick.
Oh yeah, but he loves
said-
2 of those, so we already know he's a man.
He said, "Tell Canadian Bacon to shut the hell up."
I know.
He stops the run, pushes the pocket, gets his hands on the ball with the most pass breakups by a defensive lineman in Michigan history.
There you go.
Not a sexy pick, but in December through February, he will help the Dolphins tremendously.
That's right. That's right.
Facts.
Yeah, so we can potentially win our game 6-3.
There's no satisfying you.
Is Tua still our coach? Is McDaniel still our coach?
Is Mike Green still on the board?
Is Chris Greer still our GM?
Yes.
Enough said.
Mike Green is still on the board.
Yeah. By the way, can you imagine Jahad? Can you see Jahad Campbell on the? I could see a Jahad Campbell going now. I could see an Amenyori going now. They're going defense for sure.
My God, the entire I almost feel like did anybody get drafted? Because there's so many guys available.
I know there's still a lot of good players on the board.
I'll be honest with you. I think the second round might actually be better than the first round with the number of guys that are
In terms of
so
value?
available.
Yeah.
Value.
Yep.
As long as Savigny is still there at 48, I'd be okay.
Jahad Campbell, maybe. But I don't think Kansas City would do that.
So the Eagles traded 32 and 164 to the Chiefs to move up one spot.
Yeah.
Harry Roseman knows what he wants. Fangio knows what he wants. We're giving Fangio another piece.
I mean, Worry could be the pick. Safety's a big need in Philly.
Him and can you even then?
I mean, they got Cooper DeJean. Can you imagine if they get somebody else? Sorry, I was talking too.
No,
go ahead, FinStanza. No, go ahead.
I was going to say a secondary of 3 rookies for or 2 second-year players and a rookie, and them that'd be that for Fangio.
I mean, they hit though.
But
DeJean, look at how insane of a pick that was for them.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Pick is in.
Oh my God.
I think it's going to be Jahad Campbell.
Oh, that is such a. That's the case. I didn't, but if that is, I don't see Kansas City doing that. Kansas City usually reaches a little bit.
I'm going to say either Mike Green, Amenyori.
Ooh, Mike Green would be a good pick.
Or
but I feel Josh is leaning the right way. I could see a linebacker going there.
Or Jahad Campbell.
I like it's been falling a little bit.
What Georgia guys on there? Is there any Georgia guys left?
No.
No.
You got Tate.
The next
Better
Georgia
not.
guy is
Better not. Tate Ratledge. Better not.
Jared Wilson is the next available Georgia guy on the board.
Who?
Jared Wilson, the center.
No, it's going to be Tate or
I'm just saying on the board.
Fairchild.
On their board.
On their board,
on the overall board of, I'm seeing on our overall.
What board are you looking at?
I'm looking at 4 different boards.
So we have our board.
I'm on ESPN right now. I'm on it because I'm doing draft watch on ESPN.
If Jared Wilson is the next Georgia guy on there, you better look at a different board.
That's true. No, because on this board you have Johnson still available, John Campbell, Mike Green, Josh Simmons, and Mignori. So they have the good guys up there.
Yeah, but Jared Wilson should not be ahead of Fairchild or Rutledge.
Oh.
Ooh, do you think it could be a good pick? I don't know who the pick is.
You guess, well, you do. You do know who the pick is.
I do.
Yeah, you know who it is.
Is it Mike Green?
No, it's the other guy. What's up, Josh Mabry in the house?
Who's that?
Host of the Ruckus Entertainment. What'd you say?
I'm kidding. I know who it is.
I'm glad Dallas didn't spend their entire draft. He's a Dallas fan too, Josh. Josh and Josh, two Dallas fans here.
Yeah, the only problem with Josh is he has to put up with Bobby on a regular basis.
Whatever. And Justin Toner, what's up, my man? There you go. Justin, are you a Buffalo? Are you a Buffalo Bill?
Is it Jahad Campbell?
Yes.
Linebacker.
Yes.
Justin, are you a Buffalo Bill, dude? You guys just finished your show. They do the Ruckus Wrestling podcast on their Ruckus Entertainment channel. Yeah. Oh, you're a Bills fan. Oh, dude. Well, this was a good run, my man. Yeah. We appreciate you watching. We'll let you go. No, it's fine. I have a Jets fan on the channel, so it's all good, Justin. You're good. We let it slide. We'll have the Jets fan on tomorrow.
I don't
just there's no.
I don't get that trade back. Or that trade. I don't get the trade back. I don't get the trade up.
But why would the? Yeah, why would do they think Kansas City would have took him?
Yeah.
I don't understand why you make the move.
That's it. That's got to be it.
I mean, he's a good linebacker. I mean, he's a very good linebacker. I get it by picking him at 31 or 32, but I don't think you needed to move up to get him. But whatever.
Do you think
if the Chiefs make their pick,
Henderson?
I think they're going offense here.
Henderson?
You think so?
Possibly.
You can go running back?
Possibly.
Wide receiver?
The best wide receivers you have. Who do you have wide receiver? Not in order. You have Higgins, you have Harris, you have Burden.
Well, Josh and Justin, overall, we Miss Finns loves the pick, loves Kenneth Grant. Evan loves the player, hates the pick. He thinks they could have traded down. Josh loves the pick. Josh Wingate, coach, loves the pick. I like the pick. I like the player. I think he could be good to great.
Jahad Campbell, what a pick! Whoa, what a pick! That's a great pick. I think that's a great pick for them.
Why would you move up?
It makes sense for them.
I don't see Kansas City.
I knew it was going to be defense.
Yeah, but why? But Kansas City wasn't taking Jahad Campbell. They're going offense.
Hey, you got to go get what you got to get, you know, I guess.
Well, that's the only thing. Maybe someone called Kansas City to move up. Kansas City called Philadelphia, let them know, and Philadelphia made that trade. Or maybe Philly called them, see who they were talking to, and they just moved up because someone else was willing to move up.
By the way, is it Josh Simmons' time? Because they lost. Their offensive line is gutted.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they lost.
They just signed a guy.
Oh, what?
No, we can see
that
Josh.
doesn't matter.
You don't think they can go tackle here? You don't think they go?
They just got Jalen Moore.
I don't think
they got Kingsley Suamataia.
He was great at left tackle last year. He was phenomenal, falling on his ass.
Who? Jalen Moore?
No, Suamataia, whatever.
Jalen Moore stepped up big for San Francisco.
Yeah, but Suamataia was falling on his ass all season. They had the bench.
Yeah, but he's going to play guard now.
Yeah, so they can go to. Can't they put Simmons? But Simmons, I think, would be a good pick for them.
Yeah, but where would he play? Maybe right tackle. But they got Jawan Taylor for right tackle.
Josh, are you surprised Jackson Dart was selected before Shedeur Sanders?
Shedeur Sanders not the first round.
No.
No, I don't think any of us were.
We mocked it.
I mean, Josh called it when we did our mock draft.
Just 23 picks before.
Yeah, just 23 picks before.
At the start of watching film on him, he was a third-round grade. As I watched more, he became a second-rounder just based off some grade adjustments.
More than
but
him.
I'm not shocked. Again, I had a second-round grade on him. It looks like he's going to be a second-round pick. So now pretty good.
I predict Josh Simmons. I think they're going to go help Patrick Mahomes on the line. That's my prediction. By the way, Shedeur Sanders
saw it on Twitter.
No, I did not. Absolutely not.
Yeah, you did. You're full of shit.
Absolutely not.
He saw it. He's like, this was him on his phone.
I'm not on Twitter. I'm not on Twitter.
Yep, you're going to take Josh Simmons. That's
my phone is right here, actually, and you have not seen me look at my phone in 3 hours.
Oh, you've been looking at your phone the whole time.
By the way,
you've been distracting us with your talking.
Full of it. I swear to God, I've been on Twitter all night. I swear to God. I was going to say, now you made me lose my train of thought, you jackass. Oh, shit. What was I going to say? Crap.
I think they're going offensive line.
Shedeur, I know. When Shedeur was not coming to the draft, I had a weird feeling that he wasn't going to. He knew he wasn't going home.
Yeah, I think he was made aware that he wasn't going to be. I agree.
But he might have that Lamar Jackson chip on his shoulder.
100%.
100%.
But you look at the next few rounds. I mean, Deion said he doesn't want him going to Cleveland. But if Cleveland comes up, Cleveland traded up, right? Didn't they trade back in? Or am I crazy? They still got their second round pick, right?
Yeah,
they got the 33rd overall.
So they could get Shedeur. But the problem is if Deion still beats up, dude, you're gonna let your kid keep falling.
I don't think they want him.
They may not.
I think who's that team for next year? Kansas City.
I think Dallas. I have a feeling. Josh better start liking Deshaun. Start liking Shedeur. I think he's gonna be a Cowboy.
Question: if Shedeur's available at 48, do we pick him up?
Do you take Shedeur at 48? That's the big question. You're
Miss Finn's a bad kid. She looked like a bad kid at this already. She's like, look at the way she said it. If Shedeur's there at 48, do we take him?
What do I always
she
say,
starts
Bobby?
backing up. She backs up into her cup.
But seriously,
trouble.
Curly, Larry, and Mo go together. Curly, Larry, and Mo all go together. Tua, Greer, and McDaniel to the death.
No, first of all, Miami. The report out of Miami was that Miami could look at a quarterback between 2 to 4 in the 2nd to 4th round. Of course, some Dolphin fans, majority of them will probably, some will be happy, right? Because another quarterback. But reality is, a lot of them are going to be like, we need an offensive line. We need this. We need that. Again, I know Mabry, he's a Louisville fan. He's huge on Tyler Shaw. We talked about Tyler Shaw on our draft shows. We like him. Think he's a 3rd rounder. I think it'd be a 3rd rounder. But yeah, I don't know. Miss Fins, what do you think though? Like for you, 48. Do you consider it? Do you tease it?
No way am I getting that man. Get me away from him as soon as possible. I got my quarterback. He's coming out in 2026. That's the only guy I'm looking at. I don't care about anybody else. Period.
Arch Manning?
I'm not going to jinx it.
Carson Beck.
Okay.
Carson Beck.
Oh, he got it, but I'm not going to say it. So.
Arch Manning.
All right. Tyler Shaw to Miami? Look at Josh starting trouble in the comments. No, you know what though? Tyler Shaw, 3rd, 4th round prospect. You get him. He's an older rookie, but that's a decent guy you could get back there. You can still draft a guy in the 1st round next year. Oh, FinStanza! You got it. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah, look what happens when you read Twitter before a pick.
Yeah.
I swear to God, I was not on Twitter tonight.
You liar. Tyler Shaw.
Y'all had it right,
Bobby, I swear
y'all
on my
had it
children's
right.
life. I swear to God.
I believe you.
Y'all had
I have
right.
not been on Twitter tonight.
Where's he
Actually,
playing? Right
likes him
tackle?
better than the other guy.
Right tackle.
Damn, that's a great pick for them.
Josh, remember, the 2 years they've lost the Super Bowl, their offensive line was atrocious. They went to fix their offensive line the next year of the draft.
Playing right tackle with him, I guess.
Yeah. That guy's a monster.
Andy Reid lose weight?
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
Andy Reid looking like a snack.
He's looking like a snack. Andy Reid looking like a... All right, Josh, man, his wife's out of town. You got to get his wife back. He started to look at Andy Reid. He's looking like a snack.
What's a cheeseburger? Unbelievable.
Josh needs to go to bed, dude. He's tired.
You look at the draft, you go, the Eagles, the Ravens, they all got better. They got better.
Miami got better? Got Kenneth Grant, man.
No. Let me ask you something. Yes, future-wise, but really, 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 is our team, if a team drafts the rest of the draft, and we look back this year, is Kenneth Grant going to give us more wins than Calais Campbell provided us last season with the scheme that we play in year one?
Will the quarterback be healthy all year?
Yes.
Will it give you less?
We're going to have a healthy
We'll give you less. We'll give you equivalent. We did not get better.
Well, that's amazing.
No, we stayed okay on the D line. We didn't get.
If you get someone to match what Calais Campbell did last year, you just won.
No, because we won 8 games with getting what Calais Campbell gave us.
That wasn't because of Calais Campbell.
No, it wasn't because
I know that, but it was the coaching. We know it's the coaching.
I was about to say, FinStanza, don't make me look bad, man.
No, I love you.
I'm out here hyping you up, and you say that.
I love the pick. I love the pick. I think they could have taken the pick at 16.
I don't think you love the pick.
I don't think you do. I love the pick. Are you trying to convince yourself? Because
you wonder why? Because I see Jalen Ramsey. We're going to have to give up a 5th for him. And I'm looking at our secondary and going, Storm Duck, Cam Smith, Kader Kohu. Like, they better go get Asante Samuel.
There's still guys in the second round. There's guys still there.
Will Johnson's there.
He won't make it there.
Yeah, Benjamin Johnson. Morrison's still there. Ben Morrison is still there from
Trey Amos.
Coach.
Morrison's
Trey Amos. Revel from East Carolina.
No, it's a Vogel draft. It's going to be
Watts is the best interceptor in the draft.
It's going to be Savanea. Watch this. Just for Coach Vogel.
Savanea. That's a great pick. That's building the trenches. Savanea left guard. Sign me up, dude.
Omar Kelly's making the picks for the first round. For the first 2 rounds.
That's
what he's been doing. He's all about trenches.
We're learning a man shot and killed his.
Oh my God!
Was there?
Man, we were hyping up the pick. Shot and killed. Like, whoa, come on. We don't got time for that Miami news. We're trying to stay.
Didn't something happen?
It just shocked me. I was like, what? Because they went from the draft to boom, and I'm like, what the? Did I just
Somebody shot and killed. Like, oh my gosh.
I was like, what? It shocked me. My bad. We're gonna have to cut that from post-production.
Ignore that, guys. Tomorrow at round 2 and 3, we won't have that.
That's right.
Between FinStanza making fun of people.
I wasn't out yet.
Make a wish, person.
Josh Wingate calling Coach Reed a snack.
People will come back and tune in for that.
What was the whole thing again from Dahl?
Oh gosh.
Plugging the hole.
So we will. Oh God. First of all, we at 3 hours and 41 minutes. It actually went by it felt like it went real fast.
It was a quick draft. It went real.
Which is awesome. 270 people watching throughout social medias and YouTube, which is really cool. We appreciate everybody who's tuning in. We will be back tomorrow starting at 7 p.m. Eastern time for rounds 3 and 4. And of course, Saturday, 2 and 3 tomorrow, 4, 5, 6, and 7 on Saturday. But join us again tomorrow. Sponsored by Caneswear, the Caneswear podcast. And I don't know if he is still there. I know Josh and Justin are here, but they're not from Miami, nor they care for anything Miami. Alex said he would donate it. Not giving it to Manzano. Manzano didn't take it last time. So I'm going to give it to, you know what? I'm going to give it to Rob. Dolphins thirsty.
Yeah.
He's in there for a while. I'm going to go give it for the first giveaway. I'm giving it to Rob because I could actually text him and tell him, hey, you got a $25 Caneswear gift card.
Hey, congrats.
So congrats to Rob when he does see this. I'll message him after. So, but tomorrow there's still another chance for those to win a Caneswear gift card. Whether Miami Dolphins, Miami Marlins, Miami Heat, Florida Panthers, who won tonight again. They're 2-0 in the playoff against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Shout out to that.
Kimmel.
Inter Miami. What about Kimmel? Oh yeah. Gotcha, Josh Kimmel. You jerk. But yeah. So anyway, guys, round 1's in the books. Shedeur Sanders still on the board. Dolphins take Kenneth Grant. Josh, I'll start with you, and then Coach. Josh, final thoughts on round 1.
I think round 1 was good. I mean, other than Cleveland trading out, it wasn't that exciting.
Yeah.
But it went along. I love what Dallas did. Love what Miami did.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what they can do tomorrow.
Yes, I can't wait.
I'm just there's a play like the one thing that I'm questioning about what Miami did was Alfred Collins is still there.
Yep. Fair.
And then who's my other guy that's still there? There's just two other guys that play the same role that I'm like, oh, it would be nice to have them. Let me see if I can find the other guy. That it's just questioning, but I love the guy that they got. I think he's going to be a big time player. I love how he goes up and tries to swat the ball away. That's like something he's really good at. I think he's going to be a great player. Also, Darius Alexander is another guy I like.
There you go, out of Toledo.
But yeah, I'm excited. I want to see what they're going to do. I would like to see them go offensive line tomorrow, second round, because that will allow them to follow it up later on in the draft, to start building that the backup for them. But yeah, it's good. I love it.
All right, Coach. Final thoughts?
Yeah, I agree with Josh. I want to see Miami kind of go O-line second round. For the most part, I felt like the first round went kind of how we thought it was going to go. I think obviously the biggest surprise is that Shedeur fell to the second and Jackson Dart, the Giants traded up for Jackson Dart, which I'm not huge on. But you have your reasons for doing so, I guess. But yeah, I kind of felt like everything else. I was glad for my brother-in-law. The Colts finally got a tight end. They've been stressing about that position for a while, and they keep. He said it was the best selection that Ballard has had in his tenure there. So
we'll see if that's right. We'll see. Give him. Let's see how he does his rookie year. Miss Fins. First off, any final thoughts on the first round? I know you said a lot, but in regards to the pick, but final thoughts, and then just plug your show.
Okay, well, I'm gonna start out with plugging my show. What's up, everybody? This is Miss Fins. I am Miss Fins, aka awesome. It's my favorite word. You guys can find me Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. Eastern, guys. It's all Dolphins, NFL, AFC East talk. You got it, you want it, you get it. So come check it out. Hit the like button, share, subscribe. Second thing, please do me a favor if you haven't done so already. Go and subscribe to FinStanza Sports Network, which we are live right now. Funny enough, actually, guys, I'm live in 2 different shows at the same time. So, yeah. Yes, I am. I am. Wait, actually, guys, real quick, 2 seconds. I'm actually live right now with both the FinStanza Sports Network and the Fins Tailgate at the same time.
Oh, so, wow. Double duty. All right.
Double duty, guys, live.
Nice.
Dang. All right. There you go. All right.
Hey,
well, Miss Fins.
Hey, listen, there's only one me, so I have to
make
sure I give it. So
you tell the Fins Tailgate, shout out to them for us. Tell them I said hello.
Of course, the boys, by the way, over there from FinStanza Sports Network, gentlemen, say hello, and also vice versa. They say hello to you guys.
All right.
But honestly, like, subscribe, love all of you guys. And as far as tonight, my final thoughts before I go. I think that the Miami Dolphins made the right moves because it looks like nobody wanted to trade up, even though they claim that they wanted to trade back, right? And they took calls. We gotta go with what they said. But I like Kenneth Grant, and I think he's gonna be a great pick. If we do stay on our base defense like we talked about tonight, that 3-4, then he's gonna be good for us. Obviously, we're going to get stuck with Benito Jones, but I'm okay with that at this point. And we'll have Grant on the outside unless we go to the 4-3. But Other than that, I really like the pick, even though fans are gonna hate it. I don't care. It was a great pick, in my opinion, and I love the fact that it was somebody I actually wanted. For the last 5 years, the Dolphins have picked random people, and I'm like, who is this dude?
It's
like,
true. It's absolutely
who?
true. Yeah.
Guys, it's like I hate doing draft talk because I'm like, we spend months looking at all these draft picks, and then here comes the Dolphins. Poof, they don't pick nobody, and you're like, oh, I can't deal with this team no more. So this is the exactly. This is the one time where the Dolphins did what I wanted. Thank you so much. Let's go, Dolphins. Is this it? Not at all. We gotta have a stellar draft, but this is the first step, and I'm loving it, and I can't wait to see what we do tomorrow and on Saturday. So, guys, I love all of you guys on both networks. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you for having me. I'll be back tomorrow if I get a chance. And God bless, guys.
There it is, Miss Fins. Check out Miss Fins on the Miss Fins channel. And Chris, great to see you pop in. Thank you for watching. Please come back tomorrow for a chance to win not only just watch great draft content, chance to win a Caneswear gift card. FinStanza, final thoughts?
Good pick. Wrong place. Drafted for need. Didn't draft BPA. I didn't draft BPA.
According to you.
And according to me.
Okay.
Didn't draft BPA. Picked a great player. We'll be like Chop. We'll be great for our defense. I'm happy for Anthony Weaver. I'm happy for Zach Sealer. But as long as that dweeb is our head coach and that moron is our GM, God help us.
All right. There you go. All right. That's FinStanza, Josh Wingate, Coach Vogel, Alex, AJ Atia, Miss Fins, Doll, Fish Tank, Hank. Who else did anyone else join us? I'll forgive me if I forgot, guys. Anyway, appreciate everyone who's watching. We'll be back here tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We'll all be back. Russ Morgan will be joining us as well. Till then, like and subscribe. And Dolphin fans, most importantly, as always, fins up.
Go Cowboys.